drive hope, and customize your play today at atease.org.
Detectives working on a quadruple homicide case out of Talladega that occurred on July 5th now have a suspect in custody. 28-year-old Deshaun Jackson is facing capital murder charges and being held without bond for the deaths of Carita Flores, Nicholas Keith, Jeffreyon Keith, and Jamari Evans. All four died from gunfire. Multiple federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies were involved in this investigation. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon, and we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years, and now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Here at Adams Drugs, we let our customers do the talking. I'm here with Ronnie Taunton, who was a longtime customer of Adams Drugs, moved away for 3 years, and came back to town recently. Ronnie, what did you do for another pharmacy when you moved out of town?
When we moved to Fairhope, we were looking for a local. We did not want to go to a big box store. And we did find one, but the service was not up to par. Adams Drug really spoiled us.
What was it like to come back to Adams Drugs again?
It was very easy. We picked up the phone when we got back, came up to Prattville and called the branch there in Prattville, and they took that phone call and did the rest of it. We didn't have to do a thing. It was very simple. We're glad to be back with them. They're so efficient and customer service oriented.
Come in to any of our 12 Adams Drugs locations. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net to find the location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes suspected, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
This is the Trump country. We live in the Southeast. We drink sweet tea. We don't drink socialist Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Jamie Park.
Welcome into the program. Beautiful Wednesday here in Montgomery, Alabama. If you like it hot and humid, heck, come. It goes from all right at about 7 in the morning to unbearable at about this time. Well, a lot happening today. Looks like the economic doom and gloom at the beginning of the Trump this term, most recent term, is turning to optimism. Trump announcing massive trade deals with Japan, Indonesia, the Philippines. Trump still hammering Jerome Powell as Mr. Too Late, while also saying it's all fake news. All the fake news, all they want to talk about is Jeffrey Epstein. As there was movement in a subpoena of Ghislaine Maxwell to the Congress. We'll see if that proceeds. And Tulsi Gabbard, of course, after the Obama and team responded with their usual stuff about the Russiagate nonsense, Tulsi Gabbard came out with the goods today, hitting them hard. And I love it. In particular, one of the things released shows that John Brennan straight up committed perjury in front of the Congress. So this will be interesting. It might not be a treason that anybody gets charged with. The founders made that a very slim definition of what that crime actually is, and I think for good reason. But there might be all sorts of crimes that are found in this that could be pursued. Joining us now to talk about this stuff as well as some more stuff, some local stuff, some state stuff. We have Jeff Poor, host of the Jeff Poor Show and editor-in-chief there at 1819news.com. Jeff, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Now, what do you make of this latest deep state battle where I'm just taking your temperature, kind of Epstein and the revenge of the Trump folks on Russiagate? What do you make of all this intrigue?
I mean, kind of overdue, maybe, at least with the Russiagate stuff. And now the Trump side has, that they had the ability to do some things. I think it was kind of anticipated, right? We expected them to do this. Just it took a little time. That's number one. The Epstein stuff, as predicted, it took the Democrats about 2 days, about 48 hours to get it together, and they're trying to make it a thing. Like I don't think it's going to work though. You were skeptical about Epstein, with Trump, that is. You weren't voting for him anyway. I don't think this is something you can really make much hay with.
Yeah, I think the best, the folks that are most credible, the folks that supported Trump, back Trump, and who are talking about it, and that's what Trump more has to worry about. But I'd imagine the faithful base, the average Republican, or just you love Trump, even if you don't like the Republicans, they're willing to move on. I mean, Trump's been saying this last 6 months, most successful ever in his usual style. But now that we look back at this half year, how would you grade their progress?
I think it's gone better. I mean, if we're grading on a curve, I think it's gone certainly much better than 17 on a lot of this. But, do we ever... Will it ever be enough? Will we ever be satisfied? And there's always going to be things that, and I hate to say, like, some people are kind of chronic malcontents or whatever it may be. There's always going to be something the government's doing that we need answers for, and some of this is just it's weaponized and used.
Oh yeah, and all the calls for justice too. Sometimes I get worried that people really believe they're going to get justice for the most heinous things done by people in the shadows. And I'm like, hey, even if you found these folks and you hung them in public after, a trial in front of a jury of their peers, and they were convicted, say all the worst stuff was done to these kids, and I think a lot was, is that really justice? Like, I think you got to go to something a little more divine for some of these evil acts. It's not good enough to just have a court hearing. And I think that's the unfortunate reality when living on this side of Eden.
No, I agree with that. Will we ever get that true sense of justice? But I don't know. It's necessarily about, it's not about justice. People want answers. They want transparency. We strive to know what's going on. And if there was something the government was engaged in that was unethical, immoral, but it was just like, this is what we do. This is how the national security state has to operate sometimes. Well, then we want to know about it. We don't want it happening anymore. And I think that's sort of the angle here.
Again, folks, talking to Jeff Poor, and I'm looking at 1819news.com right now. The top trending story there is Marshall leading Moore and Hudson in 2026 Alabama Senate race. you recently got the opportunity to speak to Steve Marshall, our current Attorney General. What's he really on about these days? And I'd imagine he has to feel pretty strong, not only with this poll, but with the fundraising numbers.
Fundraising, I'm sure he's going to do well. Now, look, when Barry Moore does get in, assuming he gets in, I suspect he will get a bump. I think that'll eat at Marshall's numbers slightly. This race will really tighten up. It's very early. The guy's got a lot of work to do. I think it's pretty clear from this. Look, this is a campaign poll. It's an internal poll. You have to take that into account too. But if we were just looking at this objectively, Jared Hudson's got to do more. I mean, nobody south of Alabaster really knows who he is, or north of Gardendale. He's got a lot of work to do to get around the state, run for statewide office. And I mean, has he reached out to you to be on, or I haven't seen him anywhere. I think that's one big thing. But I do anticipate Barry Moore to make the numbers tighten. But Marshall's just a guy. He's some of that's name ID, but some of it he earned. Right?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, I know that there's a lot of things. Attorneys general are never popular political figures, but he's done some things counteracting the Biden administration that have earned him a place in favor with a lot of Republican voters.
Yeah, and to answer your question you asked me, no, former Navy SEAL Jared Hudson has not reached out to us. I'd be happy to have him on the program. He's got to move quick. I mean, this poll shows him at 9% with not great name ID. He's under 40% on name ID. So, I mean, when I first looked at the guy, I'm like, well, young guy, seems to have a lot of energy, seems to have a great background. But I always look at these things and maybe I'm burned from the whole 2022 Senate race. And I'm not trying to get too much into conspiracy, but part of me still wonders, like, why did Mike Durant get into that race, for instance? And so whenever I see certain folks brought into the primaries, you're always like, why are certain people running? Is it to dilute the vote a little bit and allow a strong front runner to remain strong?
Maybe. It's a lot of the same people involved with Hudson that were involved with Mike Durant in 2022. The campaigns have a sort of similar feel, almost a cult-like adoration for the candidate, but they're not sizable enough yet. There's some work to be done there, but I don't know. Like, it doesn't. Remember our complaints about Durant? Like, was he doing? He wasn't doing a lot of events, a lot of media. He wasn't getting around the state. He was a Huntsville creation. He seemed to be resigned to stay in a certain part of the state and not really make his way around the state. I mean, when you looked at it, and Katie Britt was in all 67 counties twice, and she went to everything. I mean, so to me, that's the ticket. That's the way you win a U.S. Senate race in Alabama, where we're getting really good at understanding what it takes to win the Senate race. Now, like I said, it's early, and you have one candidate who hadn't even announced yet, but I mean, what are we waiting on here? And Hudson's putting out these videos like, I'm against transgender athletes in female sports. I mean, it's like saying water is wet. I mean, you're running in a Republican primary in Alabama. You don't need to solidify that. We have to assume that you're on the right side of that. It's just that you got to do more than just put out a few YouTube videos.
Well, and I assume once, and I'm assuming but I assume if Barry Moore jumps in, once he jumps in and he does the big rollout, the big announcement, they actually start traveling. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this looks like this will be a really competitive race. It's really just Marshall and Moore in this thing.
Yeah, I think he's a very likable candidate, Barry Moore. I think he's got a decent message, and he has like one thing that no one else has. And I was there for this. In Mobile, Lad People Stadium in 2015, he was like one of the first people ever to endorse Donald Trump for president. And he got up on the stage before, I mean, this is just like a week or two after he came down the escalator. Remember, it was a big rally in Mobile, and people weren't sure what to make of him. People were curious. A lot of people showed up for that event. But Barry Moore, of all people, got up on the stage and said, I'm backing Donald Trump for president. And I mean, that's 2015. That's not 2016 after he's the front runner in the, that's not after Jeff Sessions endorses him or any of that. Barry Moore was like one of the first like high profile, at least in Alabama, elected officials to endorse. And I think he has that going for him.
Yeah, and I think he can, with a straight face, say, I am the most conservative member of the Alabama delegation. Maybe there's a competition with Tuberville, but of course he's going to be governor. And it's crazy thinking back. Wasn't Barry all tied up into the Mike Hubbard scandal and trial and stuff, and somehow he survives that?
They did. Yeah, you're right. He beat Matt Hart, his prosecution. They tried to get him for perjury. He was sort of a Hubbard loyalist at the time, and then they wanted to make an example out of him, and it backfired. The whole Hart saga. I don't know. You didn't have to live through that, fortunately, I suppose. But
I was a producer in the background.
The system.
Yeah,
I got you. He beat the system, and he did it in a way. He took on the sort of, I don't know, it was kind of the outgoing establishment at the time. The last vestige, the Waterloo of the Democratic Party in Alabama was the whole Hubbard thing. They got Hubbard, but that was it. I mean, what have we heard since? And part of that was Barry Moore, who beat him. I think that's. I don't know if that's a credential or not, but it certainly goes to the character.
Oh yeah, no, and just a survivor. And I think he does also, him being a member of Congress. It didn't look like an obvious win in his first campaign. It wasn't obvious he'd beat Jerry Carl. I think he is likable. He knows how to campaign well. And it also... Sorry, go ahead.
He ran against Martha Roby, remember, in 2018. And he did okay. And then the 2020 campaign was fascinating because if not for a few hundred votes, Jessica Taylor could very well have won that and gotten in that runoff. And then Jeff Coleman just stopped spending money during COVID. He stopped doing, all the things that he was doing that gave him such a big cushion. And it was one of the biggest political upsets in Alabama history when Barry Moore won that primary. And you have to go back and really look at how did he do that? And I'm going to tell you, it was the way the district was drawn, I think escaped the Coleman guys. Barry Moore set up camp, set up shop in Elmore and Autauga County. Back then it was part of AL2. And I mean, that's where he really trounced Jeff Coleman. And then, obviously he got his hometown and other places kind of surrounding it of Enterprise. But it was a big margin, where Jeff Coleman got just annihilated, I would say. No one really saw it coming. I thought the day before that runoff, remember they had delayed the runoff because of COVID.
Right.
And it gave Barry Moore some time to really figure things out. I don't know. I was driving back and forth to Tallahassee those days, and I remember going down 231 between Montgomery and Dothan on 231, and just all of the Coleman signs, and the 18-wheeler, the trucks he had painted, and they were everywhere in Troy and Ozark. And I thought, man, he's just got the ground covered. But seeing that and not thinking it's really going to be competitive, to just Barry Moore just blowing him out. And then you bring up to Jerry Carl. Everybody's like, well, Jerry Carl's going to have the best, our elite, smart set of people in this state who do campaigns and election, and Barry Moore beat them. If you're running as Barry Moore, I mean, you can't take it for granted. His voters, they don't show up at the polls like others do. They don't answer polls. They don't respond to them. It's a different constituency that he's able to attract that makes him have a real shot at being a U.S. Senator.
Well, I'll just say it's a lot of folks that listen to this particular radio station, I've noticed, and I love those folks very much. And one last thing on this, it seems like Alabama got used to having, and if you're thinking about somebody filling Tuberville's shoes, you're used to having your more Shelby type, your appropriator, your person that can do the firebrand stuff, but they more work really well behind the scenes, get things done for the state, make friends across the aisle, yada, yada, yada. And then you have the firebrand. You have the Jeff Sessions, or I think Tuberville's filled that role quite well. So if you have folks kind of talking about the inside game of committees and whatnot, I think it makes a lot of sense that to team up with Katie Britt will be the senior senator. You would have more of a Trump firebrand like Barry. Not to say Steve Marshall couldn't make that pitch.
Well, that's what I was about to say. If there was ever a guy who was going to be more like Jeff Sessions and kind of respect it's Steve Marshall. I mean, they're not. I mean, there's so many similarities if you just look at served as AG, some of the priorities, and be kind of like the institutionalist. Because Jeff Sessions, when he was in the United States Senate, he wasn't the appropriator, pork like Shelby was. He was a guy that played by the rules. He wasn't Rand Paul or Ted Cruz necessarily,
right.
But he would do everything kind of within the boundaries, and that's sort of the mold of a Steve Marshall. So I don't think in this election it's going to be appropriator versus firebrand, but I think it's just kind of styles and what you want to see. Do you want Jeff Sessions or do you want a Tommy Tuberville? And this is would Steve Marshall be like a Jeff Sessions type candidate without the sort of headwinds that Sessions had running against Tuberville in that 2020 election.
Well, and not to give away too much inside baseball, but if I look at let's say these are the three names. Barry Moore is not announced yet, folks, but if it's Steve Marshall, Barry Moore, Jared Hudson, the good news for me is I look forward to talking to all three of those gentlemen. Happy to have them in studio, talk to them on the phone 4 months going forward, because I know I've had other campaigns where I'm like, oh God, I have to invite that person on. And it's sort of just an obligatory thing. So at least it looks like we got three good candidates, assuming Barry jumps in, and this will be a heck of a race.
Well, I'm not there on Hudson yet. I don't know if he's going to be a single digits, and we have to have him on because he's in the race. The sort of vanity run, or if it's a serious campaign yet. It could very well be he's raised. The one thing he has done is he had a decent fundraising number. He had $200,000 in this last report. Marshall had twice that, but still, did he tap out, or is we going to see more and more and more of this? And then that puts him in, he may be polling not really well right now, but if he continues a decent fundraising tick, that moves him from sort of wannabe candidate to someone legitimate.
Yeah, and he needs to be visiting every county, be on every radio show that exists in the state, and really get the name out there. And we'll see. It's just I think shaping up to be a healthy race. And is anybody else, have you heard, thinking of jumping into this thing?
There was we talked about the Bruce Pearl stuff. I don't think that is likely. Another name, here's a blast from the past. Cliff Sims was sporting with the idea. Yeah, those of you out there, speaking of the Hubbard saga. But no, I don't. I have to be honest. I'm not quite sure you're going to see someone. I don't know who it would be if there is somebody. What's going to be interesting when Barry Moore gets in is Jerry Carl will run for that seat. Who else from the Wiregrass might run?
Interesting.
There's got to be another candidate. Now, Jerry Carl will be the favorite, but don't get me wrong. But that's one to watch too. Jerry Carl's got to really, really up his game in the Wiregrass.
Well, took too much of your time today, but I appreciate you being generous with your time. As we got are they doing yard work right outside our window? Yep. Goodness.
I hate when that happens.
Damn blowers. I don't know what they're blowing. They're blowing something annoying me. Anyway, I always appreciate your time, Jeff. If folks want to check out what you write about, think about, how can you do so?
X.com/Jeff_Poor and 1819news, 1819news.com, leaf blower free.
Thanks, Jeff. Talk to you again soon. Again, that's Jeff Poor. I always appreciate his time. And it's like, I heard a little bit of rumbling going on out there, but Eddie Bader's here in the studio with me. How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. Turn your camera a little bit there, man. Center yourself. Your glasses have already stopped being sunglasses, come back to being normal glasses.
Good.
You look good today.
I'm learning those things now.
And we have a super special secret guest in the studio today. Always great to see you, sir.
Always.
And what do you make of this Senate race? We hadn't even thought about it all that much.
Not really. Hadn't thought about it.
But we like Barry Moore.
Love Barry Moore. And he's been a man of his word every time. Anytime he's ever said he's going to do anything, even water skiing, like in December.
Oh, yeah.
In the lake.
And we like Steve Marshall, too.
Yeah, I like Steve Marshall.
Oh, you weren't as enthusiastic there.
Well, I don't agree with him on everything, but that's. Yeah. I don't think anything negative of the guy at all. For me, he's an enforcer. That's his job. He's a law guy.
Oh no, and very smart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And easy to talk to, I have to say. Not like anything in particular, like just the way he carries himself. He's very at a party. I'm such a wallflower.
Right.
Like these big GOP things, which I kind of made a pattern in the last year and a half, 2 years. Like I don't go to. I'm invited to them all and stuff, and I'm like,
they're still inviting you.
I got to wash my hair. Look how long and luxuriant it is. To steal a word from Trump.
Yeah.
But when I go to those things, I'm very ill at ease. I don't enjoy those sort of get-togethers. But then there are certain folks, even if they have big names, maybe that's why they have a big name. You see them in a crowd of hundreds of people, and very easy guy to talk to. Say, hey, there's not an intimidation factor, but he keeps the gravitas too. So I like Steve, and it should be interesting to see how this all shapes up. Are we over the whole Epstein thing now yet, or no,
not even close.
We're not even close. But Trump keeps saying it's just a fake news thing. It's just a Democrat thing.
Trump sometimes talks us out of his butt sometimes, and this is one of those times.
Yeah, well,
but I'm not one of these voters that I keep hearing about that I don't believe is true, that I'm done with Trump.
Oh, good God.
This is not what I voted for. And that's not me.
No, I'm just curious as all get out.
What's up? Yep.
Why'd you get all weird about it, man?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why all of a sudden when you we're going to release this thing, we're going to release this thing, we're going to release the thing, and they get the thing and they go, why are we still even talking about this?
You know what? Yeah.
Why are you echoing the fake news and the Democrats?
It's a dim story, Joey. It's a dim story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
But, that just makes me and others go, I want to look a little bit more now. A little bit more than before.
And it doesn't mean we're done with them.
Oh, no. By no means.
It just means, come on.
Yeah.
You're acting odd. I want to know why.
I want to know what's up.
So that's not going away. And there's a lot of intrigue over what will happen with Ghislaine Maxwell and whatnot. But
will she make it to court?
Well, that's a good question. It'll be fascinating to see what ends up happening with her, because that story is not done by any means.
If you are her, do you feel more safe now or less safe than you did, 2 weeks ago?
It depends on what you are. And I still, not definitively, I don't think anybody really does. There's some folks that really research this and they have a strong opinion on it. I don't know what she is. I think she is a sex trafficker.
Okay.
She is a pedo or help them.
Okay.
That, she's convicted on that. And she's trying to appeal that by saying, well, the sweetheart deal said any of the associates couldn't be prosecuted. And the feds are saying that was only for that district.
It's only for these ones that we know.
Right. But it makes you go, what is this person?
I can't believe they left that loose end out there.
So that's where I'm wondering, does she feel less safe, more safe? Who
I think
is
she's
this
got to
person?
feel less safe, but I hope she's got a dead man switch.
No, there are a lot of folks that think she's the actual Jefe
Sure.
and was actually running things more so than Jeffrey.
Could be. I mean, she's got some background towards that.
And if she comes out and says a bunch of stuff, is she actually going to get let the sky fall, burn it all down? Now that would be amazing and a historic moment. Calling out all these intel agencies, calling out all these rich people and politicians. And that would be awesome. It's just some switch flips in her head. She's like, you know what? I feel like telling the truth about everything. That's where she probably should feel a little less
her
safe.
Last moment on Earth. Yeah.
Right. They can read minds now. Don't even think it, Ghislaine. Don't even think it.
But I don't know if she could have been the boss lady. Yeah. Maybe.
But yeah, it did advance, I think, out of the oversight committee to have a congressional subpoena where Mike Johnson and them are slow walking any sort of full disclosure
Wonder why, Joe.
resolution.
Wonder why.
Because this is only a Democrat fake news thing. You don't talk about it. We're doing amazing. Best 6 months
we all agreed.
ever.
We're not talking about this anymore.
But also, and we'll get into this in the next segment or hour or something. Tulsi Gabbard came up with the big thing.
Yeah.
About the whole Russiagate stuff. Essentially provided the documentation that backed up a lot of people's theories. And then Obama and team respond.
Yep.
Well, today she came out with more documents saying you lie.
A little bit more damning today?
Yeah. And there's stuff even out there in the declassified House Intelligence Committee report. It reveals that Russia had huge amounts of potential anti-Clinton dirt that it sat on in the final days of the 2016 campaign.
Would it be that hard to have anti-Clinton dirt?
No,
I mean,
well, yeah, but that contradicts the idea that they're just trying to help Trump.
Oh no.
Like, no, they were maybe trying some stuff out, but we'll get into it because Tulsi has a very robust response to what Obama and team put out.
Good.
And of course, Trump announcing all sorts of trade deals.
Yeah, with Japan.
This Japan in particular, but Philippines, Indonesia, you think of those three together, this is clearly a message to China.
You think so?
Yeah, it's not just an economic thing. This is like, we're in your backyard,
Yeah.
Xi.
It's no different than them.
Xi, you're so smart. You're so strong. You run 1 billion people, but you're not as smart as me. You're not as good as me.
It's no different than them playing in Mexico and Jamaica and Cuba and places like that. Yeah, what we do.
Yeah. So we'll get into some of those trade deals. 1 in 4 Gen Z workers regret going to college.
I would almost think that'd be more. Mainly just ones that I've run into because what they do had nothing to do with their education.
In a way, I kind of regret going to college.
No, but it's like
it would have made a lot more sense to take that money my folks saved up and just put it in an investment account.
But here's the thing.
I'd be sitting a lot prettier
but
today.
Their parents wouldn't give you that. The deal was you go to college, here's the money.
Yeah, but even in the middle of me in college, they were starting to realize, like, it wasn't about me. It was more just like, this. Like, I think we all started to get the sense of this isn't what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, but here's the thing about a degree. You can take that thing anywhere, Joey.
Yeah, it's in my closet.
That's right. You can show the world, hey, I committed 6 years, 10 years, whatever it took for you to get it, of my life to get this piece of paper right here.
We also have Goldman Sachs set to transform the $7 trillion money market industry with the new cryptocurrency stuff that was just passed by the Congress. Yeah. No, I don't know all the details on this stuff. It's more just fascinating to watch. Like, the big players are jumping into the pool. So it's happening very, very quickly.
That just part makes me nervous.
Also, have you seen any photos, any of the videos from this new Tesla drive-in diner they got going on?
Yeah, man.
It's amazing.
I saw a video of a guy going there, and I guess they ate while they were there.
Yeah.
You got a little video of all that.
So the food's great. They got 2 huge big screens.
Yep.
You can sit in your car, sit on the balcony deck outside, watch a movie or something while your car charges. You can actually, if you have a Tesla, while it's charging, you don't have to leave the car. You can order.
That's what I thought. Everything was
it's all integrated into your system and software.
That's a good gas station.
That's pretty awesome, actually. And very cool seeing a robot serve little kids popcorn. Or is it dystopian?
It was just strange, though, that watching you put your hand out and the sensor picks up that you want the popcorn and the robot grabs it.
You're not that impressed with Optimus yet?
I don't like, I like robots like I'm used to seeing that don't have heads or faces. I don't like the humanization of the robots.
Fair enough. This part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting and their River Region Contracting. Todd Clark and his fantastic team are ready to help you with that roof of yours. Could be an asphalt roof, like asphalt shingle roof. Could be a metal roof. You've had them work on both, right?
Yep, and they do a heck of a job. In fact, my metal roof, it makes me feel great. The whole reason I bought it was they said, hey, you'll never have to replace it for 55 years. Okay, I'm sold, right? Well, what they didn't tell me was, and Todd and them made me aware of this, you still have some maintenance you have to do on there. So after about 10 years, we got involved with Todd. They came and did an inspection on my roof. They told me about a little bit of maintenance we need done. And sure enough, we had them do it. And it was great because they showed me they had parts that they took out, basically these little gaskets that were going to start leaking.
Rubber seals to keep it watertight.
Yep. Yeah. And in Alabama, with the heat and everything else, those things were going to break. So these guys
got brittle all in.
Yep. These guys are a lifesaver to me.
So you'll check them out today. They're not associated with any other roofing company. Their inspections are always free. Their estimates, they'll write those up for free. They're insurance specialists, so they can walk you through the claims process, and they get the job done well. They really are great folks. Hey, and they'll inform you. You know, that person who told you that metal roof will last 55 years? Yeah, they didn't tell you the whole truth here. They love sitting down, educating their customers on here's how you get the best possible.
And I tell you, it really was a great because my roof is as steep as it can be. I mean, it's one of them roofs you'd literally fall off of. I watched that guy walk around with no worries, man. No worries at all. And the biggest thing was, like I said, they replaced those screws. Guess who hadn't found a screw in his driveway or in his tire yet? It's been a couple years now. And honestly, most roofers, not knocking them, but...
See, and you also see like fast food stuff.
Oh, yeah, they do the garbage, yeah.
And why is there a knee-high bottle in the bushes? Peach, huh?
They didn't want everybody to know his favorite flavor.
So y'all check out River Region Contracting today. 356-8635 is their number. That's 356-8635. And be sure to tell Todd Clark and that great team there that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Blue Water Broadcasting, it is your favorite Diva Toy, and I'm still here on location at Amy's Antiques, located on the Northern Eastern Boulevard for our Part 4 donation drive. Come on out, guys. I'm here until 12:30 live on location, and we're looking for you guys to drop off your donations for your favorite furry friends. Again, we are looking for items like bedding, toys, treats, kitty litter, and more. To get more details, you can get on over to bluewaterbroadcasting.com. But right now, I'm here, Amy's Antiques. Come on out. Power it forward right now. This is our last and final week. Come on out and drop those donations off right now. It's Blue Water Broadcasting.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
They're more than pets, they're family. And while your furry friend is safe and loved at home, countless animals across the river region are still waiting for that same chance. That's why Blue Water Broadcasting and Lassiter's Hardware are coming together for the annual Paw It Forward Pet Drive to help local humane societies care for homeless animals in need. We're stuffing our Sprinter van full of supplies, and you can help. Drop off food, toys, blankets, and more at Lassiter's Hardware, your local feed, seed, lumber, and hardware store. US 31 in Hope Hull. Paw It Forward today.
To find out how you can help, visit newstalk931.com.
Since 1966, Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches has been more than just a place to stay. It's been a place to belong. For children facing hardships through no fault of their own, our ranches provide more than shelter. We offer a warm home, a loving family, and a future filled with hope. With open arms, we welcome these young hearts, giving them the love, structure, and guidance they need to heal, grow, and thrive in a warm Christian environment. Together, we can give Alabama's children the chance they deserve, a chance to dream, to succeed, and to feel truly cherished. Every donation stays within Alabama, directly impacting the lives of the children who need it most. Join us in making a difference. Visit AlabamaSheriffsYouthRanches.org. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and download our app from your app store. We'd be honored to have you as a part of our mission to lift up Alabama's youth. And remember this, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The heat and humidity continues, but maybe not quite as intense as it has been. I think we'll still see highs in the low to mid 90s with triple-digit heat indices, and the number of storms on the radar in the afternoon and evening hours will start to increase. Especially, I think, that'll be the case by tomorrow and Friday. Lows at night in the mid-70s, and not much day-to-day change in the overall forecast right on through the upcoming weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio with me.
What's up, buddy?
I'll tell you what, all this talking, like doing a big, 40-minute open like that makes me hungry. Now, I don't usually eat lunch. We might have to change that because every time I talk about Smokehouse Pit Barbecue, it just makes me even more hungry.
Kind of makes my mouth
hungry
there, Joey. And then all we ever do is talk about it, though. I mean, I do it on my own. I'll go by there, But
Right.
I keep waiting for the day where you got the buffet laid out in front of us.
The buffet?
That day is yet to come.
The buffet?
Yes.
Why are
We'd
you
have
pointing over
ribs
here?
because that's where I'd hope you'd put it. You'd have ribs, maybe have a couple sandwiches
That
there
does
on the
sound
side.
good.
We'd have some side of fried okra. Be
Mac and
macaroni and
cheese?
cheese, but that'd probably
Yeah.
just be mine.
No, it can't just be yours. I got to get some mac and cheese too.
You know, one good thing about homemade mac and cheese like that is the little bit of cheese crust that you get on top, a little bit of crunch.
Yeah, dude. It's so tasty.
It is. It is.
And of course, don't forget about that breakfast.
Oh, Joey, I'm ready.
Like big old pancake.
Where's
like
my Kaneka omelet, Joey?
Well, I would kind of am in the mood to go real down home, like a fried bologna biscuit.
Oh, really?
Some American cheese.
Joey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now you're talking my language.
That's all right.
Yes, it is.
And get a side of bacon too, because why not? I need more cured meat.
Can you have too much bacon?
No,
I don't think you can.
I've tested that. You can. I think the number got something like 30.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you can have too much bacon.
See,
it's like, why did my blood pressure spike?
Yeah.
It's like, well, sodium is how they cure that, son.
Man.
But the breakfast is incredible.
Yeah.
Always have a great meat and 3 for lunch. Dinner, fantastic too. Always a good time for ribs or some brisket or pulled pork sandwiches.
I love it.
Y'all check out Smokehouse Pit Barbecue today. Same location they've always been in, Millbrook, Main Street there in Millbrook. Stop by, say hi to Celeste, say hi to Chris, say hi to the great team there, and be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. So I want to go to the Tulsi Gabbard thing.
Yeah, because that new information, I don't really have heard a little bit of it, and I'll be honest, I kind of hate seeing all this come up again because I just feel like it's going to be a big split with nothing solid on the other side.
Well, I believe I want to start though with the Obama response to all this.
Okay.
So you can understand the context of what Gabbard said in return. He breaks, this is the Guardian. Let's go to England.
Okay.
Jolly old
Shall
England. Says Obama breaks silence on Trump's outrageous call to prosecute him. He's broken his silence after being accused that he tried to engineer a coup following Trump's 2016 election victory by manufacturing evidence of Russian interference. Obama's office took the unusual step of issuing an emphatic refutation. Got the way they are lathering this on. After Trump told reporters that his predecessor had tried to lead a coup against him, was guilty of treason over intelligence assessments suggesting that Russia had intervened to help Trump defeat Hillary Clinton in the campaign. Here's a quote. Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed by the 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, led by then-chairman Marco Rubio.
Rubio!
Of course, Trump said it was them too, but the leader of the gang, referring to like Clapper and Comey and Brennan, it was them too, but the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? So, okay, that's Obama saying, well, that's just, that was the evidence.
Yeah.
And it was a bipartisan conclusion on all this stuff.
Right.
Well, here's a little update put out on the X platform by Tulsi Gabbard herself.
Oh.
At DNI Gabbard. New evidence has emerged of the most egregious weaponization and politicization of intelligence in American history. Per President Trump's directive, I've declassified a House Intel Oversight Majority staff report that exposes how the Obama administration manufactured the 2017 intelligence community assessment that they knew was false, promoting the lie that Vladimir Putin and the Russian government helped President Trump win in the 2016 election. In doing so, they conspired to subvert the will of the American people, working with their partners in the media to promote the lie in order to undermine the legitimacy of President Trump, essentially enacting a years-long coup against him. So let's go through the top Obama-Russia hoax lies debunked by today's release.
Okay.
Lie. Putin and the Russian government helped Trump win the 2016 election. Truth. President Obama, former director of the CIA, John Brennan, and others fabricated the Russia hoax, suppressed intelligence showing Putin was preparing for a Clinton victory, manufactured findings from shoddy sources, including some that were Russian subsources.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Igor Danchenko?
I do remember him.
Disobeyed IC, intelligence community standards, and knowingly lied to the American people. Lie. The fabricated Steele dossier was not used as a source in the Obama administration's 2017 intelligence community assessment of the November 2016 election. Truth. Not only did CIA Director Brennan, FBI Director Comey, DNI Clapper, and others include the Steele dossier in the 2017 ICA, they overruled senior intel officials who warned them it was fabricated and should not be used. Lie. The Obama administration's January intelligence community assessment was an independent intelligence community product produced with apolitical analysis. The truth, according to Gabbard, Obama ordered the intelligence community to create an intelligence community assessment they knew was fake, promoting a contrived narrative with the intent of undermining the legitimacy and power of a duly elected president of the United States, Donald Trump. Together, the ODNI government records released on Friday and the Justice Department's June 2018 report known as the Clinton Annex released earlier this week, and now the House Intel Oversight Report we released today confirm what many Americans have known. The Russia hoax was a lie that was knowingly created by the Obama administration to undermine the legitimacy and power of a duly elected president of the United States, Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, all these claims to truth, they have documents.
They got the receipts
to back it up. So fascinating stuff there. Now going to Charlie Kirk's X account.
Mm-hmm.
He says, page 17 of this declassified House Intelligence Committee report is wild. It reveals that Russia had huge amounts of potential anti-Clinton dirt that it sat on in the final days of the 2016 campaign. They're trying to help Trump win. Why would they sit on the Clinton dirt? It included internal claims that Hillary was on heavy tranquilizers and suffering intensified psycho-emotional problems. Well, that's just apparent. Mm-hmm. Evidence of severe health ailments like type 2 diabetes and ischemic or something like that, some heart disease.
Okay.
Internal DNC comms that Obama and others found Hillary's health extraordinarily alarming. Evidence of secret meetings with religious leaders where Clinton offered significant increases in funding from the State Department in return for their support. Internal Democrat admissions that European allies were unenthusiastic about a Clinton presidency and thought she was not up for the job of head of state. If Russia was really all in on supporting Trump and hurting Clinton, it would have leaked this information in October of 2016 when her lead in the Real Clear Politics average slipped to just 1.3%. Instead, Russia didn't, completely debunking the core assumptions of the Russia hoax. Rather than admit they were wrong, Brennan's CIA buried the information and manufactured a completely alternative reality to undermine the legitimacy of President Trump. And there might very well be more. New DNI docs just released show the Washington Post central role in the whole Russiagate hoax. We'll get into that. So, yeah, it's not just government. It's sort of this, it's like this unofficial shadow government. They all work together. It's, what have we said? The New York Times and Washington Post are kind of like an internal memo service for so much of the power elite. And of course, Brennan could be charged directly for perjury here. In 2023, Brennan testified to Congress where he denied to Matt Gaetz, that shiny bastard, that the Steele dossier was included in the 2016 ICA on Russian meddling and that he wasn't involved in even analyzing it. Tulsi Gabbard's latest release shows that not only was it directly cited, but that Brennan overruled senior intel officials who warned them it was garbage.
Well,
so that's just straight up lying under oath. Not surprising for spycraft.
But when your buddies aren't going to prosecute you, you can do what you want.
Anyway, we got to hit this break. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
There's nothing that will heat up the summer more than a hot deal from Pizza Perfect. The perfect family fill-up in July is a free order of boneless wings with the purchase of any large pizza. Pizza Perfect is known for their all-you-can-eat buffet that includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Get a free order of boneless wings with the purchase of any large pizza from Pizza Perfect in Eastbrook.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
WAKA Action 8 News has brought you the River Region's first 9 p.m. news since 2007. Now you can watch Action 8 News at 9 on the Montgomery CW. Want to know where to find it? Go to Channel 22 with your antenna, DirecTV or Dish Network, Channel 14 on Charter Spectrum, Channel 7 on C Spire, and Channel 19 on WOW. Get your Weather Authority forecast, lace up sports coverage, and your local news. It makes a difference where you get your 9 p.m. news. Watch Action 8 News at 9 on the Montgomery CW.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. We'll go to the phones. I was at the Walgreens.
Yeah.
And I remembered how much you love butterscotch. So here's a butterscotch Snickers bites for you to try.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Thought you might like it.
Butterscotch.
Yeah.
I'm not that old of a man.
You're on the bubble.
Yeah, I can
especially with those glasses. Let's go to Soldier Boy. Tell me how that tastes when you put it in your mouth. Hey, Soldier Boy, how you doing?
Great. Hey, when Trump was yesterday at the White House and he called out Obama,
yeah,
that's got to be the freaking biggest political scandal in our history. And I don't think he would have called him out if he didn't actually see the paperwork in his hand.
You don't think he was trying to cover for the whole Epstein thing? You think he was just trying to take some light off that?
Light, man, it took the whole damn light. There is no more candlelight over that.
Right.
If this really happened. Here's the interesting thing is, they go back to Obama, okay, the report says. And Obama tells them, that's not the result I want to hear or see.
Yes.
Come back with another one. They come back with another one. Oh, now he loves it. Him and Hillary need to be put up on charges.
Well, and if you recall, on Inauguration Day, one of the people in the room, Susan Rice, sends an email to herself, many call a CYA email, saying Obama told the FBI and CIA, do it by the book, which is an interesting phrase to use. It's not specific. It's very vague. It's like, see, we're on the up and up. We told people, do it by the book.
We did that.
But the truth is, he said, well, we don't really like your initial assessment.
Well, the assessment was there was no Russian interference. They told him that there wasn't any. He said, come back when you got something that we can use.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he said.
And then the stuff they used was crap.
Right.
Well, when I sit there and tell you to go find something, and it's not what I want, and I want you to come back, and basically I'm telling you to make it up. Because I'm telling you, don't come back with this again. Give me something else. I want another report.
And apparently Tulsi Gabbard is now speaking live from the White House press room. We'll have to grab some clips of that. And I'm telling you, man, that all white look, just smoking. Trump said it the other day. She's the hottest right now. She's hotter than everybody. She's got the goods.
That's not how you want to talk about.
That's what Trump said.
I know, but
Wait a minute,
He's
was she not a prior Democrat?
Yeah, she was. She was the campaign chair, co-chair
Yeah.
for Bernie Sanders.
Sanders.
Man, if this had to be the biggest thing in news. Watergate don't even have anything on this.
Oh, no, you better believe there are some, say, Democrats, they're so annoyed by this. I don't mean your average person on the street. I mean these, like, top-level folks around Obama and Kamala and stuff. She's the one that ruined Kamala on the debate stage in the primaries.
Yep.
I'll just put it this way. She's well-spoken. She's wicked smart. She looks great on camera, and she can deliver a message. To have her as the point person to take on Obama, Brennan, Clapper, it's perfect.
What are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Okay, and it wasn't she a prior lieutenant colonel in the Guard?
Yes.
Yes. And she was also on the Do Not Fly list.
Yeah, they put her on there.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Right.
Well, and they tried to say she's a stooge with the Russians, too, and all this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but you can call me the stooge all you want. Do you remember when they asked Putin, did Russia interfere in the election? And he sat there and laughed.
Because they all do.
He's like, no.
Just
Where'd
like
you
we
get that
all
one
do.
from?
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
like looking at
that
him
really,
like,
at the end of the day, is like, well, has the United States ever done that in a foreign country?
Right.
Yeah, we've done more than just try to manipulate an election.
Well,
But they're-
we don't
but
get the
they're
results we
saying-
want. We'll put somebody else in there.
Joey, they say they've got written documents proving it.
Yes.
You're screwed.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
But good luck
I
with.
think-
I'll put it this way: it's like we might know it's very all true. We got the proof. Now, good luck. Number one, getting the indictment. Number two, getting a jury in D.C. to actually follow up with
DC jury.
You know what I want? You know what I want to happen? Who is that? I want them to come in scuba gear off the beach and arrest him. You remember who that was?
Oh, white-haired fella. I can't
One
think
of
of his name.
one of Trump's friends.
Yeah.
It was at his house, and they did a no-knock warrant.
Yeah, but
The other
CNN
one
was there.
no-knock
Roger
warrant.
Stone.
Stone, that's
Yeah.
him.
I want the same intensity, man.
Okay, well, I got to hit this break, but I appreciate it, Soldier Boy. We're going to keep chatting this up, and more breaking as Tulsi speaks live.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Got to hit this top of the hour break. Be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. In a Boise courtroom, victims' families have confronted Brian Koberger, who was convicted of murdering 4 Idaho University students. The judge is now expected to sentence Koberger to 4 life sentences. President Trump has announced a trade framework with Japan, placing a 15% tax on goods imported from that nation. The 15% tax is a meaningful drop from the 25% rate that Mr. Trump said would be levied starting August 1st. He also announced a trade framework with the Philippines. Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes slid in June to the slowest pace since last September. As mortgage rates remained elevated, existing home sales fell 2.7% last month from May. On Wall Street, the Dow up 404 points, the Nasdaq adding 46. This is SRN News.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You work hard, you build wisely, your home has become one of your greatest assets. If you're staying put this summer, this might be the perfect time to put that equity to work, whether it's funding a second home, helping your kids get their start, or simply creating more margin in your financial life. Mike and Brian at Fellowship Home Loans are the only ones I trust to guide you through it. They've done loans for my family. They tailor every loan to fit your goals. Fellowship is a direct lender and operates with your best interest in mind. If you're looking to access your equity through a refi or exploring a HELOC for some cash this summer for a second property, or maybe tackle those updates you've been putting off, start with people you trust, people I trust. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 8193.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The heat and humidity continues, but maybe not quite as intense as it has been. I think we'll still see highs in the low to mid 90s with triple-digit heat indices, and the number of storms on the radar in the afternoon and evening hours will start to increase. Especially, I think, that'll be the case by tomorrow and Friday. Lows at night in the mid-70s, and not much day-to-day change in the overall forecast right on through the upcoming weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
You can make your ASE loan payment from your phone anytime, anywhere. It's quick and easy. YourASECreditUnion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASE.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Montgomery police are investigating a shooting that seriously injured a man Tuesday afternoon. Officers responded to the 1100 block of Audubon Road around 1:30, where a man was found suffering from a gunshot wound. The victim was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. Neither a motive nor a suspect has been identified. Ground has been broken for Montgomery's first community organic urban farm and market. Fruit and vegetables will be grown on 5 green spaces in West Montgomery and a 10-acre farm just outside the city. Market organizers plan to bring organic and locally grown produce to the city as early as this fall. Crime Stoppers will be hosting another gun buyback this weekend. This event is part of the ongoing effort to fight gun violence in the capital city by taking weapons off the streets. The gun buyback will be held at Faithful Gospel Baptist Church from 10 to 2 p.m. on Saturday. Crime Stoppers will pay cash to anyone who surrenders firearms. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Brian McMahon with Turf Stalkers. Within a few months of advertising with Blue Water, our customer base doubled. If you're looking for similar results, we highly recommend advertising with Blue Water.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter. Drive electric. ETG Outdoors. Your ride to freedom starts here.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. We were sitting here during the break, looking at Tulsi Gabbard, reading the closed captioning.
I wasn't her.
What?
I wasn't glaring at her or looking at her like you were. I was actually working.
What are you talking about?
Dreaming about her and saying all the good things that you see in her.
It's true. Is this not a perfect messenger instead of having just like say instead of her, it was like Peter Navarro.
Okay, definitely better than Peter. But
sloppy Steve Bannon.
Is this the best? I mean, I'm fine with her. I'm not dissing her, but I don't know if necessarily the best.
I think she's the best person to deliver this particular message.
Okay.
Yeah. Used to be a Democrat, had the party turn on her because she wouldn't play ball.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when she knocks
No
out
loyalty.
knocks out Kamala to a degree, they start
Oh, that
calling
was
her
the
a
best.
Russian stooge and Russian plant and all this stuff. Hillary in particular. Yeah. No, I think she is the right person for the job. The question is, how serious is the Trump administration? And honestly, since this was like a 10-year-old story at this point, literally a 10-year-old story, like, what are y'all going to do about it?
That's my thing, dude. And I'm not saying let bygones be bygones by no means, but I don't have the energy to go through more tearing the country apart over some things that we'll never really know, that we will know in our heart of hearts, but we'll never know the legal answer to.
What is Caroline Levitt? We're looking like an Easter present. What the heck is that?
It's like a satin.
Yeah, what is that? Anyway. So now taking questions from a lot of the press. So, this is all breaking live. You want to go find it, you can. But we'll maybe bring some clips later, something that might be newsworthy there.
She looks, with the white, you're right, but she looks good, but she looks very superhero-ish.
No, yeah, and she is. She looks
Fantastic
great.
Four.
She speaks well. She knows what she's talking about. She has the motivation personally to see a lot of these people come down, and I think she's got the goods. Like, it's not just her saying stuff. It's in the same way 10 years ago, it was like, just trust us, bro.
Right.
And like the media, the Washington Post reported, so trust us, bro. But somebody familiar who's seen the document says this is what's going on with Michael Flynn and Jeff Sessions. And that's not what she's doing. She's like, here they are. This is what actually happened. And you got a lot of folks that were around at that time period trying to say, well, no, don't eviscerate our story. Don't do that. So let's go to the phones, talk to Clark. Hey, Clark, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. Clark. I'm well, and yourself?
Good.
So before we move on to Epstein versus Crossfire Hurricane, which is worse, let's do this gun buyback for just a second.
Okay.
Now, in order to buy something back from someone, it had to be yours to begin with. And that's not the case here. So it's not a gun buyback. Number two, what would happen if I showed up across the road from the gun buyback and made competitive bids?
I've often wondered that myself. If I went up and down the line and just, what do you got? What do you got? What do you
You
got?
got there, partner. Hey, they're going to give you $50 for that.
Yep.
I'll give you 60. Okay.
Exactly. Man, I've thought about that.
Anyway, just kind of wondered about that. Now, on Crossfire Hurricane is infinitely worse than Epstein. Let's break that down for just a second.
Okay.
Epstein, I don't know how deep in the weeds you want to get, but we could make a credible case that it's highly likely that at least one, if not more than one, of our intelligence agencies were part of the Epstein operation.
Yes.
And I don't know, considering how the DOJ has covered things up, kind of got to wonder what their involvement was before there were arrests made.
Yes.
So there's that. Now, here's the thing. Crossfire Hurricane, those of us that are news junkies, we can go all the way back to Hillary Rodham Clinton's campaign, Perkins Coie, Glenn Simpson, Christopher Steele, ad nauseum. Okay?
Yep.
And we can tie the FBI, the CIA, the DNI, the DOJ, and major elements of the mainstream media all in to this operation. Now, what if the Epstein thing was a joint U.S.-Israeli or strictly U.S. operation? I think they're equally heinous. They were both operations run against the best interests of the American people in order to gain political power. And I have a hard time. Well, this one's worse than this one. No, they're both very bad.
Well, and I don't think we have to make that choice. I think it's a false choice. I think they're being pitted against one another for some reason. I think Trump's driving that choice. And I said, let's do both.
In a way, I might say the Epstein thing's worse if you've had an intelligence operation that used and looked the other way at the abuse of children in order to compromise people. That's that. I mean, it's one thing to use the powers of national security to destroy your political opponent. That's bad, and I'm glad to see Gabbard up there right now talking to the press. But the Epstein thing, if the worst is true of it, that's satanic stuff right there. That's true evil.
Yes. So I don't know. They say sunlight is the best medicine, and every time I start looking at the possibility that Tennessee or just move along, I first down on Elvis Presley minds.
Well, you're breaking up, but I share your curiosity. The more they say, don't pay attention, no attention to the man behind the curtain. I'm like, I want to see that man. Is he little?
Right.
Appreciate it, Clark. 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. Or if you're not local, you can always call 1-800-289-9228. Gabbard says Obama administration manufactured intel. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no kidding. I like this move. I don't like it being used for the political reasons of distract from the other story. So,
but do we expect anything less of either side for that matter?
No. Well, at this point with the Epstein thing, I don't know. My curiosity is off the charts, but I don't know. And it's that curiosity plus I don't know.
Yeah.
That it's not going to go away, but I'm not going to just endlessly talk about how I don't know. And I'm just curious. It's more just like, well, we're going to keep asking, check in every once in a while so we figure out anything with it all. Is Ghislaine Maxwell going to?
Well, also, you said, or you noticed they did an MLK document dump today.
They did, or yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday. So that, again.
On the assassination.
Yeah.
It's the FBI reports. And it's very comparable to the JFK one. There's so much there that you probably need somebody who's a true historian of that event to sift through it,
right?
And add it to the story. Yeah.
But
that's the right way to do it.
But timing. I mean, I'm still behind the fact that we're going to not talk about Epstein. We're just going to keep overloading with everything else. And again, I'm not a fan.
You just don't like being lied to, even if it's even if daddy's lying.
I don't like being lied to.
You don't like it when daddy lies to you?
Nope. Why a lot of times in life you don't meet your heroes, Joey.
What if daddy uses strong language?
Well, that's a habit that son will pick up if dad uses it too much.
Shut the F up about Epstein.
Right.
That's coming, by the way.
Oh, that is coming. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
But it is not going away. And this is where I'm starting to see, remember what's the episode? Worlds colliding, Jerry. Worlds colliding. But these worlds are now dividing. The worlds collided, like young new media and boomer, like cable news media. Like for 2024, especially for the MAGA Trump coalition, they sort of combined, and you're starting to see them drift off and go in their own direction.
But we called this too. We knew it was just a matter of parties coming together for a common goal, and now the common goal is there. Now let's go make our own way.
It starts with the big blow up with Elon.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of folks worried, you kind of put Doge on a leash. There's victories there. Don't get me wrong. They saved about $200 billion.
Could have been a lot more.
You took out the whole, you want to really get into it, the USAID stuff. Like how much of that was an intelligence operation that was not accountable to anybody? That's a huge win to say, no, y'all are done. Big win right there. But still, you start to see, okay. And I've noticed that there are folks still stuck in, say, the cable news mindset that are kind of like, yeah, this is a Democrat thing, because the Democrats won't shut up about it. They're not doing a great job of it. But MSNBC and CNN and all these places and the Wall Street Journal running all these things. Okay, so if you're in that world, you're like, yeah, the Democrats suck and we don't want to talk about this anymore.
Right.
But if you live online, if you live on X in particular, or if you live in more of the podcast freewheeling space, or it could even be something like Alex Jones. You start to see that that world is diverging from the other world. And it's like, guys, we're not talking about this because the Democrats are talking about this. We're talking about this because of the immediate about face.
Right.
And we don't like it even when it's our dear dad that we love very much.
It's true.
Stop lying to us. Or at least, as we said 2 weeks ago with Craig Monger, lie to us a little better than this.
A little better.
Right.
Just a little better.
You're going to do covert, nasty things. Do it to where we don't even get a whiff of it.
Right.
Remember the scene in The Waterboy? Henry Winkler gets up from the table where Bobby Boucher is saying, I can't play foosball anymore because Mama says it's the devil.
The devil.
And he pushes back from the table. He goes to walk out the door and he looks over his shoulder and he goes, what Mama don't know won't hurt her, and drops his pants. And he's got, I think it's a James Dean tattoo on his butt cheek.
Yep.
Yeah. I want y'all to be a little more discreet. If you're going to be discreet and covert, be discreet and covert.
And it also hurts when it was us that was taken advantage of. It was, it's one thing to hear, hey, our government screwed over, and I hate saying this, but it's someone else. But it was us. It's us.
Yeah.
And it's always us.
Of course. It's almost like, no matter how you spin it, like we're a democracy that respects the God-given natural rights of man. You still get this, like, there's a boss. There's always going to be a king of the hill.
Always.
Yeah, even though it's like you elected the boss, it's like,
popularity contest.
Right. That always comes up. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. That's 334-272-9228. Press conference still continuing. And really, a lot of what I'm seeing, at least being pushed out there, is what we just read that Gabbard put out online. And again, this is like two different worlds. Everybody on X already knew this, saw this immediately, like hours ago. But if you're more like I watch the TV all day, they're now giving it to those folks here. Oh, is that Caitlin Collins, Prattville's own?
Yeah, it is.
From CNN. Oh, Caroline Levitt's upset. She's shaking her head at Caitlin Collins' question.
She does look very bunny-like.
Yeah, I was like, what is that?
Since you've put that in my head, yes. Today she looks like some type of Easter ornament.
And Tulsi does look like she could like summon a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Like she's looking straight up like an X-Men right there.
And she's just got a hard look to her now.
I like it though.
Of course you do.
Oh, shut up. Making everything about that. Try another butterscotch Snickers. You didn't like that?
No, man. I guess I'm not that old yet.
No, I'd let you try it. You didn't like it at all?
Not at all. Not the butterscotch. Just
Well, I'll try to get you a better gift next time.
I like a good old payday.
Payday?
Paydays are.
No, I'm trying to get new candy. Like make it branch out, explore.
I saw Darn Reese's does have something new.
Did you see the PB&J one?
That's the one I was thinking of.
You tried it yet?
I have not. I think we tried a strawberry one, but I want to try the grape.
The grape jelly?
I think the grape would be the way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I came in on my Fat Boys News Network. New candies that are coming out.
The Democrats were saying at the time that the Intelligence Committee was concocting this narrative that the president colluded with the Russians, that the president's son was holding secret meetings with the Russians. All of these lies that were never true. He also said, we discovered deeply troubling actions taken by the FBI under Comey, particularly their acceptance and willingness to rely on the dossier without verifying its methodology or sourcing. The dossier, many outlets in this room ran as the gospel truth. It was cooked up and paid for by the Clinton campaign. As for your second question, who is saying that she would release this to try to boost your standing with the president? Oh, God. That's the retort from Caitlin Collins.
Prattville's own.
Yeah, they make it about stupid high school personalities because Tulsi wasn't on board with the Iran thing. She's doing this to just get back in Trump's good grace. Oh, God. She was working on this from day one.
Yeah, I don't think so.
As soon as she got into that National Intelligence Director's office, she was probably working on this.
Also, she looks very motherly over the Easter Bunny there.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about her? Looks like the Easter Bunny now.
It's pink with big buttons.
And those white teeth and just the cutesy pootsy thing.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's real dignified.
272-9228. Cootsy. What did you call that? Cutesy pootsy? Okay. Okay, Grandpa.
Exactly.
Eat some more butterscotch.
Exactly.
There's some nougat in there,
You got
too.
so many hard candies over there?
Now, I just to shift gears here a little bit.
Yeah.
because we always get going into the generational wars.
Oh yeah.
By the way, you think I'm bad on the boomers? Go listen to the latest Tucker Carlson thing with Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk.
They rip into the boomers.
I watched a few minutes of it and I enjoyed it, but you're right. They gotta be honest, a little bit rough there.
Kind of got a point.
I'm not arguing that either, but sometimes you can be more gentle with your points.
You can, but I think I've been mild, and all these boomers get upset. It's like, I'm not talking about you in particular. Dadgummit.
But aren't you though?
No, I'm not.
Aren't you though, Joey?
No, because there's always, especially the rebels.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that because we're in the South, but there's always the rebels within a generation or any cohort. And I think there are a lot of folks born and raised here in Alabama, say born in 1964 or whatever, 1965, who hated the Woodstock thing, who hated the whole, like, where were you when JFK was shot? Who never bought into the mainstream narrative.
Yeah.
So that's fine. And I love you folks that you were able to see through a lot of this stuff. But it's not about picking on particular people. It is more the politics, the finance, the systems that we're now having to reckon with. Yeah.
So what you're saying is the work that you guys are having to do.
No, we're not starting on that. No. This story, 1 in 4 Gen Z workers regret going to college.
Maybe now, but let's check back again another 20.
Now, as artificial intelligence transforms the workplace and student debt balloons, a significant portion of Generation Z now express anger and regret over their college education. According to a new survey by Resume Genius, 23% of full-time Gen Z workers, so they're working, regret attending college, and 19% say their degree didn't contribute to their career. The data reveals a generation at a crossroads, questioning not only whether college was the right choice, but also what careers will remain stable in a rapidly evolving economy. Gen Z, those born between 1997 and 2012, man, I'm getting old, is entering one of the toughest job markets in history. A different report from Kick Resume showed that 58% of recent graduates were still looking for a job, compared to just 25% of the older generations, millennials, Gen Xers, and baby boomers. The top reasons for Gen Z's regret likely stem from overwhelming student loan debt, a lack of job opportunities in their chosen fields, and the perception of a poor return on investment for certain degrees. Yeah, no joke. Now, you could say you shouldn't have studied that stupid stuff. And also, though, this idea of take out a huge loan, whatever, there has long been the idea that the colleges should be, if you're ever going to settle, have, say, a debt jubilee, it should come out of the college.
Right.
Because y'all are the ones that sold these kids these degrees.
Yep.
Most likely knowing they're going to get no return on this. Now, I was lucky in the sense I didn't take his advice. My Uncle Dave, he's an investment banker. He did a big presentation at Catholic our senior year, like one of his, a little seminar, where he laid out, okay, this is the time in your life where you have the most amount of freedom and the least amount of responsibility. So keep that in mind and have some fun. Great advice.
Good point. Yep.
But he said, also, don't just go there for the experience or just your passion project or whatever. Literally look at all the returns on every degree. The numbers are there. And he laid out all the different returns on different potential degrees you get. He's like, and what's sad is unless you want to join the guild, don't study the humanities.
It's truth.
The best stuff is going to be the stuff that's puts you on the path to be a career professional. Or I think with Gen Z, and it probably is a lot of millennials are sitting pretty who did this as well. Go learn a trade skill.
100%.
Get a certification. Could be in software and whatnot. Could be in, all sorts of things out there. And a lot of those jobs remain open. And so I think that's really the travesty of all this. People were sold this idea that if you want to punch a ticket to a higher floor, then you need to go get that degree. And it turned out they didn't get to a higher floor. They just found some job they could have found right out of high school. And they're now tens of thousands, if not more, in debt. So pretty crazy.
It is. But for some people I've met, it was regrettable because, like you said, their degree is not what exactly they were planning on doing and are doing now. But a lot of them, the experience itself, it doesn't matter if it's that or first 4 years of military, things like that. You're learning to be on your own. You're learning some responsibilities. Now, it doesn't work for everybody, obviously.
Right.
But you are learning some life skills. And to me, and that's where we kind of screwed up. We don't teach all those life skills until you get thrown out on your own. We don't have the shop classes no more, the home ec classes. We don't have
need those back.
We don't have basic banking 101.
Yeah, need a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
You're sounding like Philip Hensler. I had talked to him at the beginning of the show on Monday. He's not running for re-election.
No, I didn't realize
he's moving
that.
back to New York City.
Really?
Yeah.
New York City?
He's gonna be here for fill out his term until through 26. Then he's moving back to New York, family reasons. Which is always the thing. You end up following family. But I asked him just because, he was in the public schools here. Like, how would you improve if you had sort of a magic wand, free reign? He said exactly what you just said.
Yeah. But
more
we haven't had
practical
that.
skills.
We were doing away with that when I was in school. And I never understood it then. And they always blamed it on budget and things like that. But
do you ever have to carry around a fake baby?
No, we had a
or a
bag of flour or egg, one of the two. Yeah.
Oh,
we had that.
We never did that at Catholic.
Dude, 5 minutes.
All right. At Catholic is more like the power of Christ compels you. Don't be a
No, but in my school, we had a smoking section. I mean, you guys, I'm so old that we had a smoking section in my school.
You had a smoking section.
Yeah, you went out in
your
the parking
school.
lot to smoke. That's in between classes. That was.
What was the age back then?
Well,
16?
I don't know what the age was to buy, but yeah, I was 15, 16, hanging out with stoners in the parking lot.
Yeah, people get suspended now for that stuff.
Right.
Kids get suspended for stupid stuff.
It's funny, but I saw that in a meme the other day. I'm so old, our high school had a smoking section.
272-9228. So, yeah, I think also this piece goes on to say the impact of generative AI. Like you maybe got a job in a particular or like got a degree in a particular field, and now the job's just obsolete.
Now that could happen a lot. What about court reporters? With AI, court reporters is a big thing. Again, my generation, it was good money, but I think AI is replacing a good part of that now. So,
well, and I think it's going to create a lot of job opportunities. I've been thinking about it, like in the sense of if you get really good at prompting these things, and it'll be very specialized. Like I saw some of the video generating AIs.
Yeah.
Like where they were making commercials that looks like something you'd see on the Super Bowl just with a prompt. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And now you have to have a little know-how of how to interact with that particular software, how to create these prompts correctly so you get the right result. But I think that's going to be across the board. I think in language, a big aspect of using AI will be, we're going to go back to the dialogue. Like how well do you interact with these things? How do you come up with creative dialogues that give insight to people? So it's not like you're necessarily writing it, but you're asking the right questions. You're leading it down the right way. And I think that's going to become a fairly popular genre going forward. Like, I was in dialogue with this XYZ AI agent, and here's the conversation we had on this particular topic. And I think you're going to see more and more of that.
How are you ever going to prove it wrong, though?
Prove it wrong.
Just say you're doing something one day, you're working with an AI type program, and it says your answer should be 2, but your whole life you know that your answer should be 1. How are you? I worry about losing.
You got to be smarter than it. No, the thing I wrote that was, the conversation I had that was very popular when I said, when was Trump shot? I was able to outwit it.
Did you ever make it cry uncle? Did you make it say it was wrong?
Yes.
Did you give it like 7 Hail Marys or whatever?
No, it won't just straight up go, yeah, I was lying. I've been programmed to be a bot. But it will, it start admitting, and you can teach it to follow your logic. Like, you said Trump wasn't shot, but then you said Thomas Matthew Crooks was shot and killed after shooting into a crowd where the president was speaking and the president was injured. But you just said he wasn't shot. That's a contra. Oh, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. I didn't see mainstream sources. I'm like, here's a bunch of mainstream sources. By the way, could hanging your hat on credibility, prestige, the mainstream, legitimate sources be a great way to spread disinformation?
Yes.
Could you be programmed in that way? Yeah, I think you're right. That's possible. That's why you must always rely on yourself was the answer it comes back with. Now, and you can get the thing to say God doesn't exist. You can get it to be a God-fearing Christian. You can make arguments to these things as they currently sit. And it's fascinating.
That makes me lose faith in it because I want to, I don't know. I guess I want to deal with an end all be all. I want to know if Joey says the sky is blue, it's blue.
I hope we don't get that. And that's the promise of super intelligence or artificial general intelligence. I hope we don't go there.
is the idea of some like digital god.
We have it now with the Google.
That's not a good place.
How many times have you asked Google something? Because it's the end all be all.
No, like not. I don't end all be all.
But if you ask Google something, for the most part, is it correct?
I should have never fed you butterscotch. You're acting weird today. It's part of the program brought to you by Invista Advisors, and they're at Invista Advisors. Austin Baranko, the entire team there, ready to help you out. And it's not just say the investment side of the house. Austin runs that,
right?
But you're talking about over life, like wherever you are in life, laying out a full financial plan. So it could be managing a small business, maybe offloading a small business you got your wealth tied up in as you were looking to retire.
Right.
Could be run a nonprofit or an endowment that you want a little bit of help with, want to plan, money flows, these sorts of things, maybe a big like scholarship endowment, for instance, you want to make sure. Of course, and if you're young, especially, get started on a life insurance plan. Wherever you are, again, in life, they'll sit down with you and they will lay out, here are the steps we need to go with in order to make sure your financial future is secure. Just start the conversation today, 387-0094. That's 387-0094. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Wet feet, melting popsicles, puppy prints. Summer is hard on floors, but Pergo Vinyl by Mohawk is kid-proof, pet-proof, and life-proof. And right now, during the Pergo event at Prattville Carpet, you can get luxury vinyl, worry-free floors, plus up to $1,000 in rebates on qualifying Pergo products. So gorgeous new floors up to $1,000 back. And did I mention 12 months no interest? Get the details and shop Mohawk's Pergo event now through August 11th at PrattvilleCarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. So far this year, over 2,600 homes have sold and closed in the River region. 55% of these homes sold in 60 days or less, and sellers are receiving close to 98% of listed price. Over the last year, average prices in the River region have increased over 10% from last year. We do have more inventory now to show buyers before they purchase. There are homes in all price ranges available for buyers interested in moving. As a seller, it's a great time to sell through a realtor and gain access to many buyers, not just one or two. If you are a buyer, having more homes to pick from give you better choices before you buy. Our market is now more balanced between a buyer and seller market than we've seen since 2019. Get the facts, see the inventory, get a great local lender to help you, and an agent that's going to look after your interests. For all the facts, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
This is David Ernest from the Health and Wealth Show. We like to cut up and have fun, maybe poke a little fun at some politicians, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. One thing we do take seriously is your personal finances and your plans for retirement. You can tell by listening, we're a little different. Yeah, we like to have a good time on the radio, but we're dead serious about your financial future and helping you achieve your goals. At Ernest Financial, we're committed to giving you the attention you need. We don't treat you like a number. You're way more important to us. At Ernest Financial, it's about helping you today and preparing you for tomorrow. People call us who are on the verge of retirement, and they know they need a plan for the future. No matter where you are in life, Ernest Financial will help guide your every step towards retirement. Give us a call and let us show you what our individual customer attention can do for your future.
Concerned about your retirement? Call David Ernest toll-free at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
The Tears family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome septic tanks, no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, serving the river region with the best quality building materials for decades. Contractor to do-it-yourselfer. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The heat and humidity continues, but maybe not quite as intense as it has been. I think we'll still see highs in the low to mid 90s with triple-digit heat indices, and the number of storms on the radar in the afternoon and evening hours will start to increase. Especially, I think, that'll be the case by tomorrow and Friday. Lows at night in the mid-70s, and not much day-to-day change in the overall forecast right on through the upcoming weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Whether you're buying a home or auto or consolidating debt, CB&S Bank's personal loans get you where you need to go. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you or apply online today. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Biloxi Gambler. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, at AUM, you smoked in the class. They had these little on the tables. They had those little foil ashtrays like they did at McDonald's.
Yep. Oh.
And at Lee High School, you smoked you could only smoke in the boys or girls room or the teacher's lounge. And anytime they opened the door to teacher's lounge, it looked like a bar with a fog machine. Somebody smoked.
Yeah.
And so then I got kicked out of there. So I rented an apartment and I went to Jeff Davis instead. And at Jeff Davis, you couldn't smoke in the bathroom. You smoked right outside the door. And the teachers, they couldn't smoke in the building at all. They wouldn't let the teachers smoke. So they had to come out and hang out with us trash.
Yep. Nice. Learn a thing or two.
Yeah, it was, well, we made friends with the teachers, that's for sure.
What time period are you talking here? Like 70s?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
What? So in the 70s, you smoked in the hospital too.
Oh, sure. No, I'm just saying America of the 1970s is a different beast, man, especially compared to today. And like to give perspective, my parents both graduated from Jeff Davis in 1980. So I've heard a lot of stories and stuff.
Yeah, but we weren't. I mean, it wasn't cavemen or anything.
No.
I remember the first time I went to a restaurant and they said they had a section. They had smoking and non-smoking section, and I went, "What?" Yep. And I went, "No, I wouldn't even go in." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to eat there if they got a smoking and non-smoking section. I don't need that crap."
I never minded. I never got into cigarettes, but I remember my uncles and folks, my dad smoking and stuff. I liked the smell of the smoke. Yeah. Like it didn't really bother me. The secondhand.
I grew up in the house of a smoker, so yeah, that's how it was with me.
Yeah.
I quit like 18 years ago. So but still, I love the smell of a cigarette. It's very rare that you get in the casino, because I go to casinos a lot, and it's very rare that somebody is smoking.
True.
And then they apologize, and then they do their thing with a hand, and I go, "No, man, I love it. I smoke." I love the smell of it, but I wouldn't even be able to inhale anymore.
You know what got me hooked on nicotine?
What's that?
chewing tobacco, probably.
No, it went to that. It went to chewing tobacco, then it went to dip. Now I still get the nicotine pouches. I just bought some more today. I told the lady, I'm addicted, but I like to think it's my choice.
Yeah.
I was working Parks and Rec one summer, and one of the dudes in the truck, I think Terrell is his name, he would smoke Black and Milds on his break. And I thought they smelled good. And I'm like, well, give me one of those things. And I started buying them. And then it's like, well, I don't really want to smoke them. And then it goes to the chew. And then the rest is history. Nicotine really is that gum. It's hard to kick.
Yeah.
It's always a black dude that gets you smoking, isn't it?
You said it. At least it wasn't Newport. All right.
Well, see, most of my friends, I hung out, I was always, and yeah, man, we'd hotbox those cools in junior high school in the bathroom. We weren't supposed to smoke back then. We'd be passing that thing around. Yeah. It was. Anyway, I got more stories if you ever want to talk about Williams School. Williams School was a lot of fun, too. That's where all the criminals went.
Oh, good Lord.
And I remember one time somebody, a teacher, somebody got their keys locked in the car. The police were there, and they used to would help people and stuff, and lock the car. And we were outside, of course, we're all smoking and everything. And he said, with all these criminals around here, you'll be in there before I get to Slim Jim. And he went to a police car. They were already in there.
Oh, man, good time.
It's pretty bad, man. We loved it. We had I had to go there for a little while, and it was said by actually, you're bad when they put you in your own room with no teacher. That's when you're bad.
That's real bad.
Yeah. Because they're not going to kick you out.
Nope.
And we had a cooler, and I did smoke pot right out the open window and everything. Yeah, it was. Yeah, man, it was good times, Joey. Sorry you missed it, man. You'd have had fun.
Yeah,
the girls were a lot more fun too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, we didn't have. herpes hadn't even been invented yet, so
Why'd y'all bother inventing them then?
Anything you could catch, you get rid of. Just go to the doctor and get a shot.
Get a shot.
But anyway, nowadays things have changed. Now y'all trying to kill each other with germs. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Talk to you later.
Appreciate it, man. Great call. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health, and they're Montgomery Men's Health. They're ready to help you fellas out. It could be you're looking to feel better, like you're just tired all the live long day, mentally and physically speaking. Maybe you got no libido to speak of, brother.
That's good.
It's no fun.
We can fix it.
Yeah, just performance issues in general. Like you're never in the mood. You're also like seeing weight gain, loss of muscle mass, no gains in the gym, brother.
Brother.
No, none at all. And so there are a lot of guys who think, it's just part of getting older. Or it's just who I am. It's like, no. Low energy and performance issues aren't inevitable. They have solutions there at Montgomery Men's Health. No guesswork, no gimmicks, just real science and effective treatments. Meet up with the urologist providers that will tailor solutions specifically to your body and your goals. The consultation there, including blood work, is just $99. With results before you leave, you get a testosterone score, PSA score, great marker for prostate health. And also that consultation, you could bring up, I've got some performance issues and these sorts of things. Again, they have so many options that a lot of men don't even know exist. You only got one life. Procrastination is only going to make this worse. So call up Montgomery Men's Health today. That's 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or just visit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book your appointment today. 272-9228. Let's go to Charles the first. Hey, Charles. How you doing?
Hey guys. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
I was wanting to tell about AI, but before I did, I was going to tell you I graduated in '79 from the Andalusia High School. I hear you talk about Andalusia some there.
Yeah.
Joy. And we had a smoking section, and remember, back then my dad was the supervisor of that area. So you talk about I couldn't go near the smoking section because it was known that my dad was the undercover drug cop supervisor. So I was a nerd in my ROTC, and we got top, they rank you in ROTC from the first to we were number 4 in the United States of America.
Wow.
and I was the S3 that made out the schedules and did the field, and they could not find. He said it's the only school. I know I sound like I'm bragging, but why not? Only school in the United States where they could not find a single solitary mistake with what I did.
Wow.
I was saluted indoors. But what I was going to tell you, loved the school too. It was great. Richardson was our principal at the time. You know, he went way on up to do a lot of other stuff.
Yep.
But what I wanted to tell you was what's not being thought about as far as the state getting to make laws, rules, and regulations regarding AI.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hypothetically, let's say we've got Cody and his friends, 7 of them, going to come to Florida from Peoria, Illinois.
Okay.
And the night they leave, they go to the strip club. They're all old enough to go there. And Sherry, the dancer, has said that her image can be used. Have you got me?
Okay.
And the place is paying her for it. And she does a strip with him in the chair. She does a strip dance to Baby Hit Me One More Time, dressed up like a Catholic schoolgirl with the things in her hair. You got me? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so they stop somewhere and check the phones for some reason, let's say Tennessee, and one of them's got a picture of Farrah Fawcett and the All Together, and their law is that you can't have any celebrity picture. You got me? And they arrest him. But the rest of the boys decide they'll come on, and they're headed to Florida, and they come through Alabama, and they go to Haxabachi or something. Haxabachi Barbecue, they stop at. And there is Deputy Dingler. And Deputy Dingler, you know, they didn't also know that the marijuana chewing laws changed from the last time they were there, and there was no way for them to know that because they were from somewhere else. You got me?
Right.
Now, the smart alecky likes to play pranks guy, Sean, has took a video when they were in Peoria of Cody getting his dance.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has placed that video through AI to put Sherry in the All Together. Got me?
Mm-hmm.
And now they're pulled over. They don't even know it's on their cell phone yet. Okay? Now we get somewhere. Dingler pulls them over and says, this looks like it's a minor to me. They're arrested. The prosecutor says, yeah, to me. And Haxabachi is the ¡1 talent in the world for book burning library ladies. And about 5 of them get on the grand jury. Now, if they actually that had happened with Sherry, she's old enough and could have said, I am old enough. But the grand jury in Alabama, since it's subjective and there's no way of proving it, says, I believe it looks like a 17-year-old to me, this does. No matter, get me, ponytails and you get me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're all arrested, they're all going to jail, and they're all getting SORNA violations over what would have been provable before, but what becomes subjective and can be used by a grand jury or a prosecutor in the state of Alabama in a subjective means to do whatever you want to. You get all that.
Sure.
So I think it needs to be talked about and made sure that everyone knows that when the AI is done in such a way, it is not a person and it has no proofs of itself, and that anything can be subjective and used to a degree that we have not even imagined yet. And when you go from state to state, it will be different. You'll have to ask AI, where can I map around, and never go to Hertz and get any of their world-famous barbecue again, because that's the #1 place to get taken the wrong way and jailed.
Yeah, especially all those old ladies. Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, a patchwork of laws on that, I think, would be a big, messy thing. And also the laws, it's not very clear exactly what we need. I think some nations giving copyright to people's faces and likeness and whatnot. So you can, if they use it, you can at least make some money off of it, but it'll continue to develop over the years. I appreciate it, Charles. I got to run.
Thanks a lot.
See you, buddy.
This is part of the program. In fact, the entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage, and they're at Alabama Home Mortgage. Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon, who was so awesome yesterday.
What did she do, man?
She was great. Got me going on the whole Bitcoin thing.
Yeah,
but I did send her a bunch of stuff. She's like, yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. No, I just, she's very smart.
And
she's
incredibly sharp, man.
Like, really knows what she's doing. And I just want to bring her into, like, be aware of the world.
No, I think it's great because I just because she is so smart, I would love for her to be up to speed on this, because I know she's kind of that nerdy person that's going to take this to the next level too, Joey. She's going to be teaching us no time flat.
But if you're looking for help when it comes to the mortgage market, whether you're looking to buy a home or refinance a home, or we talked about yesterday, maybe you're doing new construction. They don't do new construction loans, but they can help you out. Like once you're getting close to being finished,
Yep.
they can step on in and help you refinance into a full mortgage.
That's exactly right.
So they can help you across the board and whatever your goals might be, wherever you might be in life. Again, home purchases, refinance deals, and so many more options. It all just starts with a conversation at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Woodward, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Did you know that more Americans listen to radio than use Facebook each week? Did you know that 77% of listeners would try a brand or product endorsed by their favorite radio personality? Contact me, Cheryl Woodward, by going to bluewaterbroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
CM truck beds, built to work, built to last. From a simple flatbed to a rugged aluminum truck bed, CM truck beds are built by the best in the industry, and you can see the difference. Rated B&W hitches, plug-and-play modular sealed wiring harnesses, LED lights, 1/8-inch steel tread decks, premium powder coat finishes. CM truck beds has a bed for you. Flatbeds, stump beds, beds with fail spikes. The side boxes and accessories are just as tough and durable. All of the CM truck beds are available for you now at Airport Trailer. Visit Airport Trailer today or call 288-5785. Make your truck and trailer come to life at Airport Trailer.
Is foot pain holding you back? Visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk.
Join us tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 at Gray's Tire and Service Center, 698 Summit Drive in Prattville for our Paw It Forward Pet Drive. Drop off your pet shelter supplies to help the River Region Humane Societies.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Michael Cohen from Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing great, Joey. How are you?
Oh, life is good. Just flying through the day, as the wayward son I am. What's the score there today, Cohen?
The score today is 35-0.
Ooh.
We had a couple of customers at the lake that Michael took the van home so he could get there early. And one of them was a sound bar for an outdoor terrace television for Samsung. And the other one was some internet issues that a lady was having. And, the cable provider was telling her everything was okay, but alas, it was not okay. But Michael Jacks goes up there and he spends a couple of hours there and figures out what the problem is, remedies the problem, and now she's got internet where she needs it, and her camera system works, and her TVs are working, and she can open her doors remote control from Montgomery for the air conditioner man when he comes up there. So, it just takes somebody that's going to dive in and dig, as opposed to, my stuff's working. Call the other guy, and the other guy's already said, it's not it's not him. So he doesn't want to offer anything. But, and we're fortunate that Michael does want to get in there and dive in and dig till he gets to the end and get everything taken care of for our customers.
Well, and I've seen him work in person on some of the stuff he helped set up in my place. And, great products there, folks, on the electronics and appliance side, but it's really the service that makes a difference. Why Cohen's is a 60-plus year institution. How many years has it been exactly?
My dad started in 1957 in Normandale with a little 10. Well, I actually started on Dexter Avenue, probably around 57, in a 10 by 10 downtown on Dexter Avenue. But Normandale League was not much bigger than a 10 by 10. Sold 45 records and expanded, and we gradually grew to the bypass in 77 and added appliances probably around 80.
And that's amazing. And it's a testament to the good work y'all do. And folks, y'all get by there today. You can always, peruse online at thinkcohens.com. I really encourage you to stop by, see Michael, get to know the team there, look at the products that you want to purchase, and be sure to tell them when you stop by. Of course, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. But tell them when you stop by that you heard Michael on that radio show with Joey and that Eddie fella.
That's right. That's right. Come see us. You're not going to pay any more for your equipment. My Maytag, my KitchenAid, my Whirlpool, my Sony and Samsung will be the same price as what the box store has it for. But the biggest difference is that we do have service after the sale, and we're going to take care of you. And hopefully we get to help you make the right choice in what your purchase needs to be for whatever your needs are.
Well, I appreciate you, Michael. We'll talk again soon.
Take care.
Again, that's Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Great sponsor here of the program. Let's go to Jake real quick. He's been hanging out as a patient. Hey, Jake.
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's not Jake, but I'll go by Jake this time. I was calling to the conversation's moved on, but about you mentioned the boomers being born in 65. I'm pretty sure 64 is the cutoff for the boomers. If you're born in 65, you're a early Xer.
I think you're right about that. I think you're correct about that.
Then the other thing was the smoking. I remember actually people smoking on the airplanes when I was a kid. We'd fly on airplanes and have to endure that. I have allergies, and smoke is like one of my top 5 triggers. Oof. So it was just horrendous to have to endure that. And then in school, high school, they did not let you smoke in the building proper, but they had smoking areas for the students.
Yep.
And you could, you had to be 16 where I grew up to buy cigarettes. But they didn't really seem to enforce the 16 on the smoking part. And they finally cut cigarettes out of education when I was in college.
Okay.
So they said, yeah, you can do that. And then the guy was talking about the AI generating the scandalous pictures.
Sure.
I got to find out which AI he's using, because I tried Grok. And I was involved in a collaborative creative endeavor years ago using email, where we were basically doing fan fiction for a popular TV show.
Okay.
And I had created a character, and the character comes from a place where they don't wear a lot of clothes. They're not decent, but they just don't wear a lot of clothes because it's warm and they don't really need them that much. So I was wanting to create an image in my mind of what I wanted, but I wanted to make sure that nothing was inappropriate. So I was describing it to the Grok. The Grok comes back and tells me I'm a pervert, basically, that they don't do porn. It's like that's what I was trying to avoid. And so I've had zero luck with trying to get pictures out of Grok.
Yeah, Grok's not the best image generator.
If you want a random picture, it's great. If
Right.
you don't really care about detail, it is great. But if you want specifics, it just gets in the weeds. And so
Yeah, it's better on more the problem-solving stuff and the big processing stuff and combining all tools. But I think ChatGPT still got a beat on image creation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it keeps sending me, the Grok kept sending me code, saying, here, use this code, because I was trying to figure out why it couldn't understand. Like, I was trying to get it to draw a room without the walls, just the floor and the ceiling, and it wasn't able to do that. And so I finally figured out it's part of the programming, evidently, but I was trying to figure out what it understood to be a room,
Sure.
And then it sends me this code saying, well, here's what I understand. It's like, well, great. I don't do Python. So
Well, I appreciate the call. Thank you, sir.
Good
All
stuff.
right. Well, have a good day.
You too.
It's a fun call right there. We'll be right back. Final hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard says a newly released intel report should concern every American. This is her second such disclosure after accusing the intelligence community of a treasonous conspiracy in its review of foreign influence in the 2016 election. President Trump sought to use Gabbard's disclosure to pin blame on former President Barack Obama, accusing him of trying to rig the election. Today in Boise, Judge Stephen Hippler has ordered Brian Koberger to serve life in prison without parole for killing 4 University of Idaho students. Dr. Salvador Palencia has pleaded guilty to illegally supplying ketamine to Matthew Perrer after the overdose death of that actor. This is SRN News.
Hi, Mike Gallagher here. As the summer heats up, so do the bills. If you're like a lot of folks, you're not selling your home anytime soon, but that equity you've built, just sitting there. That's why I trust Mike and Brian at Fellowship Home Loans. Love this place. It's in their name, their DNA. They're the team I've used personally, and they treat every client like family. Fellowship Home Loans. They know how to help you tap into your home's value wisely, whether that's a HELOC or a cash-out refi. Fellowship is a direct lender and operates with your best interest in mind. Maybe it's time to finally knock out that renovation, pay off some debt, or just add a little cushion to your retirement account. With rates still reasonable and inflation squeezing all of us, your home might be the smartest financial tool you've got right now. So if you're staying put this summer, make your home work for you. Visit my friends at Fellowship Home Loans, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The heat and humidity continues, but maybe not quite as intense as it has been. I think we'll still see highs in the low to mid-90s with triple-digit heat indices, and the number of storms on the radar in the afternoon and evening hours will start to increase. Especially, I think, that'll be the case by tomorrow and Friday. Lows at night in the mid-70s, and not much day-to-day change in the overall forecast right on through the upcoming weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
1819 News.
U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville has some advice for those who were recently named in documents that were put out by the Director for National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Those documents involved former President Barack Hussein Obama, his cabinet members such as John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, and Hillary Clinton, who all colluded together to suggest that Donald Trump was favored by Russian President Vladimir Putin back in 2016 and that Russia sought to affect the presidential election in Trump's favor.
The American people are going to find out. It is going to be fun up here to watch all this start taking a narrative, a true narrative of what really happened, of the Democrats trying to change this country into a socialist communist country for the last 4 years. These people need to lawyer up.
Tuberville spoke about all of this on Newsmax. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness License Plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at ease.org.
2 people were arrested in Scottsboro after a search warrant revealed several types of drugs in the home. A search warrant was first sought after police were called to that residence to help an unresponsive person who was eventually revived. Matthew Johnston was that person. He, along with Dakota O'Rear, are now being charged with drug possession after police discovered meth, fentanyl, and marijuana inside that home. A child has died in Chilton County as a result of a dog attack. Authorities are now searching for the dogs responsible. The incident happened on Tuesday night near Calera. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Filing Form 2290 again? VINs, weights, EINs. What a nightmare.
Not with 2290.ai, the first AI-powered 2290 e-filing platform. Just snap or scan last year's Schedule 1 and hit submit, even if you're on the go.
Wait, with just a photo?
Yep. Our smart platform reads, validates, and files it in minutes. With real-time AI checks and instant Schedule 1 delivery, you can stay road ready and file fast.
Whoa, I just got my Schedule 1. Already?
That's right. Whether you're a solo hauler or running a fleet, smart truckers use smart tech. Just go to 2290.ai to snap or scan and submit. Anywhere, anytime.
Powered by ZenWork. Use code RADIO at checkout for 20% off your first filing. Only at 2290.ai. That's 2290.ai. With code RADIO at checkout for 20% off. 2290.ai.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio with me. Final hour of the program. Let's go to Babs, who's been very patient. Has breaking news, apparently.
Yes. Hey, Babs.
Yes, it says a federal judge in Florida denied a Justice Department request to unseal grand jury records tied to federal investigation into Epstein. A request is one of three made. Let's see, keep on going. According to the order by the district judge, Robin Rosenberg, the records department sought to unseal, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then it says Judge Rosenberg, faulted the Justice Department for failing to outline sufficient argument to justify the unsealing of the records. He said, our hands are tied, giving existing precedents in the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, and blah, blah, blah. You can look it up. It just came up on my phone a little while ago. It says it's ABC News.
Wow.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting considering, I said, I posted this on Facebook and I said, well, this just makes me want to know more.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
So,
I appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah.
Telling all of us.
All right.
Thank you, Babs.
Listen to the show. Love it as usual. Love you guys, and y'all have a good afternoon.
You too, hon.
Let's go to, thank you, Babs. Let's go to Scott. Hey, Scott, how you doing?
Hey, Joey. Hey, Eddie. Listen, long-time listener, daily listener, first-time caller. I was listening last hour, and you were talking about smoking in high school. And, of course, I'm a graduate of Catholic, graduated in '89, and we did have a smoking section at Montgomery Catholic.
Huh. Is that right?
The only stipulation was you had to have a signed letter from your parents giving you permission to smoke.
And people really had that too. I mean, that wasn't just a put off. I mean, yeah,
absolutely. There were only a few kids that did. But Joey, when you went to Catholic, was it just the one main hallway?
Yeah. At that
Okay.
Well, no, and then the Belkey building or whatever it's called was there.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't there when I went to Catholic. So the smoking section was right when you walked by what would have been Mr. Tokar's classroom.
Okay.
Headed to the gym to the right, there was a little area, and that was the smoking section. And people could dip too. And we would go out there and hang out with the smokers, and we would all, get a quick dip of tobacco. And guess who the policeman was at Catholic to make sure we were all behaving accordingly? It was Bernie Fry.
Oh, wow. Mr. Fry.
Yes, he would stand in. I don't know if Mr. Walsh was the guidance counselor then, but where his office was, Bernie would go in there and he would spy out the blinds at us. And when we would walk inside, which one of you boys been doing tobacco?
He's great. He didn't remember it when I gave away my mom's scholarship, sat at the same table as him. He didn't remember me. I think I look a little different.
Yeah,
but
great guy.
man, great guy. The guy I remember smoking, not in front of us, but he'd go out the door because his classroom was right next to the end of that hallway. Go right outside the door was Mr. Petrov, our history teacher.
Petrov, oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know what he was smoking, but man, that guy, I love that guy. He was such a hoot.
He was a Catholic alumnus too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think he went to Catholic as well. Listen, I was very lucky to go to Catholic. I had all the teachers at the buildings are named after Dr. Doyle, Sister Martha, Coach Arbin, Miss Ortega. I was real lucky to go there when I did.
Well, and I was lucky enough to have those. I had Arbin, I had Ortega. I went through English class.
Mr. Tokars, not Father Tokars. He was Mr. Tokars at the time. But one quick note for Eddie. Eddie, I, like you, am a Highland Gardens rat from back in the 80s, too. Yeah. My grandparents lived on Miller Street.
Miller Street, yep.
So and I would spend a lot of time down at the Highland Gardens elementary schools. I bet there's probably once or twice, since we're the same age, we probably ran into each other.
Oh, I'm sure we did.
Anyway, guys, great show. Just wanted to call and let you know that we did smoke at Catholic.
Appreciate it, Scott. Call again. Great hearing from you.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man. Y'all take care.
You too.
Turn your mics up. You're talking into the side of the thing.
How's that?
It sounds a little tinny.
That better?
That is better.
Okay.
All right. Just the little things. I'm like, hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. How you doing? We can do that all day. How your turn? No, how your turn?
Doctor.
Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
We come to Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, y'all was talking about baby boomers earlier. I was born in 69. And I think I was about maybe 4 years old when Kennedy was killed. 69, 61, 62, 63. I was about 5 years old.
Yeah, okay.
I hadn't even started school yet. So, yeah. But I've always thought that there was a second shooter. I still do.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Because if you watch some of the videos, you see his head snap forward and then it snaps back. That's too, there's a movie called, what's the guy's name? That Oswald. There's a movie about Oswald that's really good. I can't think of the name of it right off.
Oh, there's a lot there in the latest tranche that was released. There a lot of the JFK, like the historian folks, are saying that no, this does provide a little more color to the picture.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of am more and more buying the idea that there are many rooms within the CIA, for instance, and so it didn't necessarily have to be an official program. It could have been small clique off the books.
Yep.
That directs themselves towards Jack.
Well, Oswald was a communist and started a whole bunch of stuff. But when they caught him, he said nothing. If he was really the person who shot him, he would have been still spouting his rhetoric.
Yeah, I have. It'd be nice to have it figured out within the lifetime of the folks who witnessed it, but I don't know if we're ever going to quite get there.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.
2729228. Let's go to line 3. You're on there. Who's this?
Happy afternoon. It's Boomer T.
Hey, Boomer T.
Titus, Alabama.
How you doing?
Hey, folks. Hey, look here, folks. It's beautiful outside. You don't need to come over here on Titus Highway and get you some produce from me. Anyway, Joe, let me tell you something. Back in the day, boy, you had signed. I graduated in 1980. And you had kids that would take their paper home and they would sign their parents, yes, my God, the smoking area would be packed. But the coolest part about the smoking area is when the coach would come through there and everybody out like, oh, no, I'm just standing around. Oh, yeah. And then we'd be at, and Coach Dubose, y'all, if you knew this, Coach Dubose from Top Alabama, All-American in Alabama, the hooker was our head football coach, son. And let me tell you something. He saw you. That's what they called him. That's what they called him in Alabama, the hooker, because he's just in with you, hook his arms out. But anyway, All of a sudden, we'll be at practice, and all of a sudden, boy, everybody, Brennan, you be hot, and you be hitting, banging, boom, boom, boom. I said, no. Johnson. Yeah, coach, what you need? I need you to run all the way around these bleachers about 400 damn times. Coach, what's wrong? I did not see you smoking any other day, smoking a cigarette.
Yep.
So, yep, but his mom and dad gave him permission, and that was okay. But coach
wasn't okay with the coach.
Says that wasn't happening about that, though.
Right.
And real fast, my brother back in the day quit. He didn't quit. He just left Prattville High School. And one day I get a phone call, and I was in the contracting business, and it's from Jeff Davis. I'm like, man, maybe they want me to do some paperwork or something out of Jeff Davis. So I call him up. I'm like, I speak to so-and-so. Sure, hold on. He says, Mr. Strichick, he says, your son is in here, and I need to talk to you about your son. I said, my son? I said, sir, I'm 24 years old. I said, I don't think I have a son that goes to house. He said, you have a son named James? I said, that's my damn brother, man. But anyway, my brother done met some girl on Atlanta Highway, fell in love with her, done quit, left Prattville High School, went over to JD. I had to go pick his butt up. He just enrolled in classes, just started going into classes. He didn't even have a register.
You could do that.
That's how you could do stuff like that.
Yep.
He went to Jeff Davis for 4.5 weeks, man, before they finally busted him. Now that's the school system we got, folks. Hey, y'all, it's a beautiful hot sunny day. Y'all come see me up here in Titus. Get some beautiful produce. Joey Clark, get on the boat ride with Eddie Bader this weekend. You got to come to see me on the ice cream boat, Joey. I need you. People want to see the Joey on the lake.
That would be nice.
Joey, I'm telling you, man, you get one of these Hopper girls. Woo!
No, just the way you said on the lake.
On the lake. Let me tell you something, Joe. You come Saturday on the lake, but I guarantee you have a wonderful, wonderful time. All right, guys. Well, I got to get on the phone. I got to take my glaucoma medicine, sit out here on the highway for a while. Guys, y'all have a great day.
You too,
always
Boomer T.
remember, God bless you. God bless America. And I see you when I see you.
See ya.
Classic Boomer T right there. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services and their Pest Pro Ashley. That fantastic team. They're ready to help you out. If you're suffering with the mosquitoes right now, why? Like, why are you doing this? Pest Pro has your back. Pest Pro is the solution. Very reasonable cost.
Yes.
It's not like they just show up once. They're going to take care of the mosquitoes on a regular basis when it's mosquito season. Or maybe you're tired of those fire ants.
Oh, I am.
Especially if you have a lot of land, a lot of big yard, a lot of property. It doesn't. I know you can go and buy the stuff where you spray the top, and that doesn't solve the problem.
Nope.
You got to be able to treat the ground, get down into those networks. Of course, Pest Pro can do that for you. They can also treat the yard. Maybe you're worried about dogs, cats. Especially got like outdoor cats.
Oh yeah,
like bringing in ticks and fleas,
man.
Whatnot.
And they'll sleep in the bed with you, and you wake up with a tick on your forehead.
Man, that's no fun.
Not at all.
I know. I got to burn my forehead.
Yeah, exactly.
The point is, you should get basic pest control protection. You should get the termite protection and inspection. You should get the mosquito protection. The I keep doing that. T and flick protection. Gotta love spoonerisms.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg Budell, for teaching me this. The point is, Pest Pro Services is ready to help you out. You can always learn more by going to ppsriverregion.com or searching Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. Very active Facebook page, always giving fun trivia, tips, and tricks when it comes to pest control, but also always spotlighting great things going on in the local community. And of course, you can always call them up direct, get them to come on out. 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. We have the full presentation here from Tulsi Gabbard. Would you like to get into it?
Okay.
You sure? You seem a little reluctant.
I don't know what else she's going to go into. I don't want to hear a lot of humming and hawing. I want to hear these are the details.
Man, you just seem like, Jeff Poor said earlier, all these malcontents. And I'm like, he's talking about me. But no, I think he's talking about you.
I'm just getting a little more impatient as I get older, I think. Yeah.
I agree with you.
I'm get to the point.
So let's try it out. Let's at least try it out for a second. This is Tulsi earlier in the White House press room.
From the House Intelligence Report, which investigated the claims that were made by an intelligence community assessment ordered by President Obama and published in January of 2017. First, Putin's principal interests relating to the 2016 election were to undermine faith in the U.S. democratic process, not show any preference of a certain candidate. In fact, this report shows Putin held back from leaking compromising material on Hillary Clinton prior to the election, instead planning to release it after the election to weaken what Moscow viewed as an inevitable Clinton presidency.
Wow. And at that time period, I remember telling folks it was, George Orwell, right? George Orwell's favorite line of poetry, apparently, is from the poet William Blake. His poem, it's a long one, Auguries of Innocence. Blake's a funky dude, too. You want to get in some weird, trippy stuff?
Yeah.
William Blake has got it. But in one line there, that was Orwell's favorite of that, is a truth that's told with bad intent beats all the lies you can invent. And I think that's what the Russians were kind of up to. Like, we'll tell a few selective lies that are framed in a way that's very damaging and will undermine faith. It isn't about a particular winner.
Right.
It's about getting Americans with the stuff that us kind of being in the background or whatever. It's about getting Americans to tear each other apart.
Yeah.
And 10 years later, it looks like they did a pretty good job.
We are our worst enemy.
Right.
Always have been.
Don't have to do much. You just sprinkle in a few things.
Yeah, throw a little fire there.
And so, but that undermines a great deal of this whole idea that, if they had the dirt on Clinton, wanted Trump to win, why didn't they release it?
In the January 2017 intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered, John Brennan, who was CIA director at the time, and the intelligence community intentionally suppressed intelligence that showed Putin was saving the most damaging material that he had in his possession about Hillary Clinton until after her potential and likely victory. The report goes into great detail about the information that Russia and Putin had on Hillary Clinton, which included possible criminal acts like secret meetings with multiple named U.S. religious organizations in which State Department officials offered, in exchange for supporting Secretary Clinton's campaign for the presidency, significant increases in financing from the State Department. They also had documents that showed the patronage of the State Department to State Department employees who would go and support Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
Eddie's over here laughing so hard at this.
Because Greg Pudell said a long time ago, he imagined Hillary Clinton laid in bed with a big old thing of Gallo wine.
Yeah, I remember
that's
that.
all I could see.
Right.
That is all I could see.
Actually, it was horse tranquilizer.
Exactly. Yeah, whatever it takes.
By the way, I saw it's a recent interview. Was it like John Kirko or something like? Anyway, Kirkow or something like that. A former CIA guy who was assigned with the Clintons at one point. This is after the Monica Lewinsky thing.
Yeah,
and he said there's some moment where he's walking in with Bill. Hillary's in the room, and Bill hates silence. So one thing, he can't stand just being alone in his thoughts.
Yeah,
and, like alone in the room. And so he goes, well, they were in Greece. Great seeing the Parthenon today, Hill. Silence. Great seeing the Parthenon today, Hill. And then she said just something like, bah, 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 bah. And Clinton turns to this guy who's telling the story and goes, let's get the F out of here.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So, man, this goes it's kind of in character.
Oh, yeah. No, not a doubt in my mind there.
But again, I love that it's Tulsi doing this because Hillary was one of the main people when she showed up Kamala on the stage, that primary debate stage, that said she's a stooge of Russia. Like, did all the over the top, just, we got to bury this woman.
Mm-hmm.
We were grooming her to be our top person, and she wouldn't go along with the game. Yep. So now we have to destroy her.
That's exactly what
so for Tulsi to be able in a position of power and authority as the director of national intelligence come out and go, yeah, the Russians had information that she was on a horse tranquilizer. Anyway, let's keep going with this.
Then CIA Director Brennan and the intelligence community mischaracterized intelligence and relied on dubious substandard sources to create a contrived false narrative that Putin developed a quote-unquote clear preference for Trump. Brennan and the IC misled lawmakers by referencing the debunked Steele dossier to assess, quote unquote, Russia's plans and intentions, falsely suggesting that this dossier had intelligence value when he knew that it was discredited. The intelligence community excluded significant intelligence and ignored or selectively quoted reliable intelligence that contradicted the intelligence community assessment's key findings on Putin's alleged support for Trump. Including this intelligence reporting would have exposed the ICA's claim as implausible, if not ridiculous. The intelligence community assessment omitted reliably sourced information, such as how some Russian intelligence officials were, quote unquote, planning for candidate Hillary Clinton's victory, while others assessed neither Trump nor Clinton would respect Russia's interests. As was reflected in the ODNI documents that we released on Friday, multiple intelligence community assessments released in the months leading up to the November 2016 election concluded that Russia had neither the intent nor capability to impact the outcome of the US election. On December 5th of 2016, the FBI and ODNI gave the House Intelligence Committee its first post-election classified briefing, in which there was no mention of Putin aspiring to elect Trump by either agency. The Presidential Daily Brief, drafted on December 8th of 2016, stated that no Russian or criminal actors impacted vote counts. This document was pulled just hours before it was to be published due to, quote unquote, new guidance. If it had been published, it would have been briefed to both President Obama and President-elect Donald Trump. On December 9th, 2016, a National Security Council meeting was called to gather President Obama's senior national security officials, which included CIA Director Brennan, then Obama DNI James Clapper, Susan Rice, and others. Following that secret meeting, DNI Clapper's assistant sent an email to the intelligence community with the subject line, POTUS tasking on Russia election meddling, tasking ODNI leaders to create a new assessment per the president's request. The House Intelligence Committee Oversight Report that we released today reveals that, quote, unlike routine intelligence community analysis, the intelligence community assessment was a high-profile product ordered by the president, President Obama. It directed senior intelligence community agency heads and created an intelligence community assessment limited to just 5 analysts using one principal drafter. This is not something that occurs in the normal path of producing an intelligence community assessment that reflects the views across the intelligence community. The production of this intelligence community assessment was subject to unusual directives directly from the president and senior political appointees, especially the former director of the CIA, John Brennan. The House Intelligence Committee Oversight Report also shows how later that same day, on December 9th, Brennan ordered the publication of, quote unquote, substandard reporting on Russian activities, which had previously been withheld from publication of prior assessments because the information was judged, quote, to have not met long-standing publication standards. Some of the information later used in the Obama-ordered assessment over the objections of veteran CIA officers was, quote unquote, unclear or from unknown sources. The Intelligence Committee's Oversight Report reveals that CIA Director Brennan overruled senior CIA officers who challenged the Obama-ordered intelligence assessment, stating, quote, we don't have direct information that Putin wanted to get Trump elected. Yet, the Obama-directed assessment was published on January 6, 2017, which explicitly stated, quote, we assess Putin and the Russian government aspired to help President-elect Trump's election chances when possible by discrediting Secretary Clinton and publicly contrasting her unfavorably to him, end of quote. The CIA and FBI, then led by John Brennan and James Comey, expressed high confidence in this judgment, while the NSA expressed moderate confidence. Yet, as the report we released today shows, the ICA, the Intelligence Community Assessment, did not cite any report where Putin indicated helping Trump win was an objective. The opposite is true. With regards to the Steele dossier, we now know that one of the source documents that the Obama administration used in the creation of this intelligence assessment in January of 2017 was none other than the discredited, unverified Steele dossier. The House Intel report states, quote, contradicting public claims by then CIA Director Brennan that the dossier was not in any way incorporated into this intelligence assessment. The dossier was referenced in the intelligence assessment's main body text and further detailed in a 2-page assessment annex. John Brennan lied, and he denied using this dossier in this intelligence assessment that President Obama ordered because he knew it was discredited. It was a politically motivated, manufactured document. He directed senior CIA officials to use it anyway. CIA officer told the House Intelligence Committee staff as they investigated this, quote, the director of the CIA, John Brennan, refused to remove it. And when confronted with the dossier's many flaws, responded, quote, yes, but doesn't it ring true? Even the bipartisan Senate Select Committee on Intelligence report published in 2020 criticized the FBI's handling of the Steele dossier, noting its completely unverified nature and purposeful sidestepping of intelligence community procedures in its use. Now, President Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, and others, including their mouthpieces in the media, knowingly lied as they repeated the contrived narrative that was created in this January 2017 intelligence community assessment with high confidence as though it were fact. John Brennan, as CIA director, stated in a memo to his agency staff in December of 2016, saying, quote, there is strong consensus among us on the scope, nature, and intent of Russian interference in our presidential election. This was reported by NBC News, confirming that Brennan, along with James Clapper and James Comey, agreed with the CIA's assessment that Russia intervened to help Trump win the presidency. As Obama's director of national intelligence, James Clapper was tasked with overseeing the creation of this assessment in January of 2017 by President Obama, and he expressed confidence in its findings. In a 2018 interview with the Harvard Gazette, he talked about how he provided Trump with the same classified assessment that President Obama received, which included the high confidence judgment that Putin directly ordered the hacking and election interference. Clapper then went on to add, I think they, the Russians, actually influenced the outcome. This is a brief summary of the details that you'll find within the House Majority Staff's report in their investigation into the Obama-directed January 2017 intelligence community assessment that leads us to the very same conclusion that we announced in the release of our documents on Friday. The implications of this are far-reaching and have to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. It has to do with an outgoing president taking action to manufacture intelligence to undermine and usurp the will of the American people in that election and launch what would be a years-long coup against the incoming president of the United States, Donald Trump.
And the Obama folks thought they could make this go away with a statement. That was good.
I have to make a couple more.
You were a little malcontented before we played that. What'd you think of it? Oh, come on.
I'm not looking forward to what we're fixing to go through.
Fair enough.
That's it.
That's fair.
And you know, it needs to be taken care of. There's no doubt. But I'm just so over these kind of ridiculous politics. I want to be in charge. No, I want to be in charge. I'll do anything it takes.
Well, we got to hit this break.
Let's hit it.
We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Since 1966, Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches has been more than just a place to stay. It's been a place to belong. For children facing hardships through no fault of their own, our ranches provide more than shelter. We offer a warm home, a loving family, and a future filled with hope. With open arms, we welcome these young hearts, giving them the love, structure, and guidance they need to heal, grow, and thrive in a warm Christian environment. Together, we can give Alabama's children the chance they deserve, a chance to dream, to succeed, and to feel truly cherished. Every donation stays within Alabama, directly impacting the lives of the children who need it most. Join us in making a difference. Visit AlabamaSheriffsYouthRanches.org. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and download our app from your app store. We'd be honored to have you as a part of our mission to lift up Alabama's youth. And remember this, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. It's true, rates aren't as low as they have been for the past couple of years, but there are still many homeowners that could benefit from refinancing their current mortgage. There are a lot of things in life that are out of our control, but your mortgage rate is not one of them. If you currently have an adjustable rate mortgage, then you owe it to yourself to give us a call.
Adjustable rate mortgages make sense for some people in stable markets, but in this wild, ever-changing rate environment, it only makes sense to secure a fixed interest rate. A fixed interest rate will give you the peace of mind that your rate is locked. Your rate will not be subject to change with the political and economic tides.
At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can personalize your term. We offer 8-year to 30-year mortgages and everything in between. Grab your mortgage statement and give us a call.
Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36A, Equal Housing Lender.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
They're more than pets, they're family. And while your furry friend is safe and loved at home, countless animals across the river region are still waiting for that same chance. That's why Blue Water Broadcasting and Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry are coming together for the annual Pot Forward Pet Drive to help local humane societies care for homeless animals in need. We're stuffing our Sprinter van full of supplies, and you can help. Drop off food, toys, blankets, and more at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry, 8163 Vaughan Road. They make it. They really make it. Paw it forward today.
To find out how you can help, visit newstalk931.com.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Random showers and storms will continue to be on the radar well into the evening hours tonight before they finally fade out. Overnight low temperature down to the mid-70s. Tomorrow and Friday, I think the number of storms will be a little bit more numerous on the radar. Still random, though. Highs in the low to mid-90s and triple digits on the heat index. Don't expect much change over the weekend. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
You can make your ASE loan payment from your phone anytime, anywhere. It's quick and easy. YourASECreditUnion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASE.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Got Eddie bobbing his head, which I like.
Good song. I could do some rollerblading to this.
Yeah, and I got ideas for some singing on it. Maybe I need to partner with a singer.
You do. Got a lot of talent around here, Joe.
Like the Soul Vixen?
Yep.
Southern Soul Vixin?
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, I'll see Jessie Lynn Saturday night.
Jessie Lynn's great too.
She's performing out at the marina on Lake Jordan at the Point. I'm looking so forward to it. I missed her last one, and she's so good they asked her to come back. So it was great.
Let's go to Papa B. Hey, Papa B.
Papa B, what's up, buddy?
I'm parked on the side of the road. I've got this 4Runner that I bought. It's black.
Yeah.
And I must look like the freaking police or something.
Yep.
People are slamming on that part. Oh, you gotta love it. I mean, I was gonna say with AI, I can't wait. I need an AI secretary right now to do all these repetitive things that I have to do, and let me get on to making some money. I'm ready for it.
Can you give me an example of one of those repetitive things?
Well, I write reports, right?
Mm-hmm.
As an appraiser, I write reports, and some of these reports and a lot of the stuff that's in it, it's the same kind of thing all the time, but assembling it takes time.
Sure.
And, we've got to kind of, it's not something that, just automatic, you push a button. You have to sit there and doodle with it a little bit. So an AI thing, though, I'm telling you, I told y'all a few weeks ago, this new company that I had started up, my developer sent me an ad type interview, and I sent it to you, Eddie. I don't know if you got it or not, but I'm telling you what, there was a guy and a gal talking like in a TV interview, infomercial kind of thing. It was all AI. I was just flabbergasted. It was incredible because it sounded like real people sitting there talking. I mean, you would not know the difference if I didn't tell you. So there's all kinds of things that is going to change our world for the better, at least for now, till they have the mark of the beast, and we're all toast, or you're out of here, like me. But anyway, so people have been paying attention. Like me, I've known this. I've known this the whole time. It's they're just one big lie. And they use government resources to foment the lie and, create this thing that we all had to spend money on as a nation and time on to figure out that there was nothing there. So, yeah, they did it. And I'm telling you, Joey, right now, doing this moral equivalency thing, like, yeah, I want to be in charge, you want to be in charge, we all do the same thing. That is the way of the coward right there. You cannot overlook it. Now, I mean, maybe nothing will come of it. Maybe, the country is like, oh, just move along, but they have to be at least presented with the facts and the truth. Because unlike me and you, there's a lot of folks that don't know any of this. They think that there was still some big conspiracy and there was a cover-up or something. I mean, the whole country needs to come to terms with the fact that Obama used his power of office, and so did Clapper and Comey and a whole lot of other folks. They used the power of their office to both create and carry forward a lie. And it cost us a lot as a country, So at least being confronted with truth and having the truth revealed is something. Maybe it won't come to anything. I hope it does, but at least we now know, and it's that the light of day has hit it, in other words.
Oh, yeah. I like this a lot, especially after seeing the presentation. Eddie's the one here being the malcontent.
We'll see.
Okay. You're not going to get too excited.
No. Why? Why? For them to come back and say, it was you, and no, what's going to happen? Well, I mean, honestly, what do you guys see happen? Let's say Obama gets arrested, which I don't think
Obama's going to get arrested.
Let's say that happened. Well, we just keep crossing these new kind of extremist lines for.
No, I think Brennan could be arrested for perjury.
Sure, but
I had
Trump
folks
got
on the
arrested.
stream point out that, Bill Clinton was literally caught lying to investigators on tape.
And what happened?
Nothing.
Well, Trump got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Trump got arrested.
I mean, the
and now
Rubicon is
payback
being
should come back
crossed.
around. But
They need to get what they dished out. That's what I say. And I mean, even worse, because what did Trump get convicted of? Taking out a loan and repaying it? That's not moral equivalent, okay? It's different. I mean, what they did is totally is against the law. It's, they've broken the law. They broke the law. So, what they got on Trump is just another made up bunch of mess that they had to get something. Anyway, Eddie, I can feel your pain there, but I do. Is something going to happen?
No.
Not if anybody that has something to do with it can do something with it. But at least you got to try. You can't just let it slide. Okay? And maybe just the light of day to stigmatize Obama is something, saying, look, you did this, dude, I mean, maybe just
Right.
the stigma that he'll carry around is something.
That's what I like about this the most. That is the director of national intelligence, who not only has that title, but is delivering the message in a pretty great, straightforward way. And they were ready to go, knowing they'll get the standard response from Obama and team, and they had more to double down on these claims. It's pretty good stuff.
Right. Well, one other thing, if they can get Comey and Clapper, Mr. Not Wittingly himself, behind bars, that would be a good day for me. Okay,
I've been on that since 2013 when that SOB was lying.
What I made it. But
what's
happened?
Yeah. Well, we'll see. In the fullness of time.
That's right. In the fullness of time.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Papa B.
Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Papa B.
272-9228 and 272-9228. Now to get an alternative point of view, let's go to Duke. Hey, Duke.
How's it going, Mr. George, Eddie?
I'm doing great. Eddie's doing something with the phones over there, so.
No, Joe, I listened to Gabby. I listened to her, and I can afford to make more noise than what she made, man. I mean, okay, you say you got all this good stuff. We heard about a lot of good stuff for the last 2 or 3 years from the other side about the other case that everybody trying to sweep under the rug. All this juicy stuff supposed to came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? So the building on the same kind of deal right now. See, he wants to move on from the other case. All of a sudden, you got this new thing you want to jump on, but you ain't got. I mean,
yeah, we can do both.
Huh?
I can do both.
Oh, but it's a coincidence though that let me see, Trump served his first term. He didn't have Obama locked up, did he?
No, and I don't think Obama's going to be arrested or locked up.
He didn't lock him up the first time around, so his boy's gonna do what they say do. So his boy had a chance to get him in, didn't he? Okay.
Well,
So
they were
we'll
also
go
in
down
the
this
thick
thing.
of
We'll
the
talk-
very thing they're revealing now.
Yeah.
all of a sudden, since this Epstein thing came up, all this new evidence on locking the color board, like I told you the other day. See,
Good God, man.
He wants to blame old Blackie, see, for something. He do. It's because now I listened to him yesterday. He's going on and on and on the news about this old Blackie there. He wants to get old Blackie. But let's focus on the Epstein thing right here now, where your people went out there and marched up and down the road and stayed on this Fox News. What's that guy named that Trump trying to sue on the Fox News? What's his name?
I don't know. I know he's trying to
What's
sue
the guy's
him,
name? Murdoch or whatever his name is. The guy
Rupert
that owns
Murdoch,
Fox
who
News
he
and-
owns
the
Wall
owner of
Street
Fox
Journal,
News.
and
Yeah.
That's
He
just
owns
two
Fox
billionaires
News.
going
I
at
heard. Now I don't know. But they run those to their show, telling us what they had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they run into the same microphone right now, talking about what they got. But how old is this case right here? By the
Oh, 10 years. Yeah.
See, all of a sudden, when this thing got hot a little bit, when Trump told everybody to sit your ass down, so well, there ain't nothing to talk about on this FCC thing, all of a sudden, Obama popped up. And y'all supposed to be stupid enough to sit here and buy into it like some other fellas I know, call in the show every once in a while, maybe last guy, I don't know. But anyhow, tell me what's up with this, Joe.
I got a question for you, dude.
What we believe?
I got a question for you. Did you see Obama on his husband or / wife's podcast this past weekend where he mentioned that everyone should have a homosexual friend in their life or homosexual?
I heard about some of that crazy stuff.
What is there to hear about? Did you not pay attention to what he said?
I don't know. I was trying to pay attention to that podcast. All I ended up hearing was
well, the amount of pushback that the man has gotten that hasn't been covered by the press is amazing to me.
No, Duke, we opened the show, talked about the Epstein thing again for like 20 minutes. We're not happy with where they're letting it down. And I don't care how many times Trump says it's fake news, it's the Democrats doing it. It's like, I don't care. But I can also care about this as well. We can do both things.
Yeah.
But the part that bothered me, though, his people, the one came out saying, that what they had, right? All of his people.
Yes, that is the problem. The big problem of this is the about face. But hey, man, I'm running out of time.
But
I got to hit a break, and then I need to talk to a sponsor. So
come back tomorrow, Duke, because I want to keep going with this.
All right.
All right,
Later,
see you, brother.
Man, you got it. Anyway, we'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is David Ernest from the Health and Wealth Show. We like to cut up and have fun, maybe poke a little fun at some politicians. But we don't take ourselves too seriously. One thing we do take seriously is your personal finances and your plans for retirement. You can tell by listening, we're a little different. Yeah, we like to have a good time on the radio, but we're dead serious about your financial future and helping you achieve your goals. At Ernest Financial, we're committed to giving you the attention you need. We don't treat you like a number. You're way more important to us. At Ernest Financial, it's about helping you today and preparing you for tomorrow. People call us who are on the verge of retirement, and they know they need a plan for the future. No matter where you are in life, Ernest Financial will help guide your every step towards retirement. Give us a call and let us show you what our individual customer attention can do for your future.
Concerned about your retirement? Call David Ernest toll-free at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
Hey teachers, the Guardian Credit Union Foundation has an opportunity for you. Until July 31st, educators can apply for the Teach for Tomorrow grant, providing $1,000 to bring your classroom projects to life. From STEM supplies to music gear to school-wide projects, we're here to support your vision. For full details and eligibility requirements, visit myguardiancu.com. The Guardian Credit Union Foundation, supporting those who shape tomorrow.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Join us tomorrow from 1 to 2 at Headley Plumbing, Main Street in Millbrook for our Paw It Forward Pet Drive. Drop off your pet shelter supplies to help the River Region Humane Societies.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Mark.
Welcome back. Final moments here of the program. As is tradition, let's go to the phones, talk to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
What's up, Ray?
I missed the whole Epstein episode. I'd have called in on that one.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, well, it's not going away. We'll be talking about it another day.
Look, all they got to do is both sides, Republicans and Democrats, are guilty in this thing.
Yep.
But it's not really the politicians, it's who's giving them the money.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go back and see who voted to lock it down. And then, I don't have time, but y'all might have time. And then go back and look at their biggest donors.
There you go. There you go. By the way, we have two quiet guests in the studio, Jane and Mark, listening very carefully to what you're saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you do me a favor and reach over and pinch Mark for me?
Yeah, I was going to go for Jane, but Mark got a little
Don't
defensive.
do Jane's so nice.
I know. She's getting ready to hit me now.
yeah. Don't do that, Jane. Hey, Jane. Hey, Mark. How y'all doing? Mark, you need to go to church with your mama on Sunday.
Saying that ain't happening.
But hey, listen, if y'all need a floor, call us 285-8117. You're not going to be on the list, but everybody's going to be looking at it at the end of the day. We're going to treat you right from the start to the finish and take care of every one of your needs while we're there. Next thing you know, you got a new floor down. Just that simple.
Really is, folks. Yep. Again, the number 285-8117. When you call them up at 285-8117, be sure to tell them you heard Ray Bowles on the radio with Joey and Eddie.
Have a good one, guys.
See you, bud.
So what did we learn today?
Politicians are as crooked as they ever will be.
Mm-hmm.
I have no faith in them. Just none. Naren.
I think Tulsi's an angel. What do you
I was
mean?
going to say, I think that you found new love for Tulsi.
What do you mean?
And I'll give any woman out there
that's
new
single love. When did I ever have a falling out with her?
Just after you see her, you seem to have some fresh love for her.
Because she's an angel.
If you're a single woman in Montgomery and you're looking for a pretty decent guy, put your hair really dark and then get you a light white streak going down the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you go by Joey's house a couple of times because he don't go out much. He'll see you and he'll find interest.
No.
Maybe walk Joey's neighborhood. You got some good walking trails over there.
Oh, County Downs?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a lot of folks that walk.
Yeah.
I don't. A lot of folks walking around, waving and stuff. Anyway, we're out of time here. Happy hour. They're next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM.